Hello, Internet, and welcome back to Neon Souls, our weekly sprawl game. We've made it. We're still trucking, though I know about half the rules at this point. So thanks for joining us here tonight. Before we jump back into the game, I'm going to let our players once again introduce themselves, talk about the cool things they're doing, and talk about who they're playing. Start with GB.
Graybeard's Tavern, and I will be playing Klaxon tonight, and he is the driver and drone jockey for the crew. We're doing our announcements now.
Yeah, if you have anything you want to plug.
Perfect. Coming up on Sunday morning, I am now, instead of playing Darkest Dungeon, I'm playing Deep Sky Derelicts. It's turn-based, it's sci-fi, it's a trip. So join me then. I still got enough toys to play with, so we can have some fun on that. Then, of course, Monster of the Week, without question, and the rest you can look up on my Twitter.
Awesome.
It's me. Hi, I'm Savvy at Savvy Seaworth on everything. You know where to find me. It's here almost every day. Except for I have a couple of fun things coming up. A week from today, my new show is starting on Encounter Roleplay. So Friday afternoons for 8 weeks starting next week. You can find me at twitch.tv/Encounter Roleplay running Apocalypse World again. They let me come back and do it a second time. And GB's going to be there. It's going to be really fun. And then I have some other announcements that I will tweet about later. Today, I'm playing Choke, the Killer.
Hello. I'm Christina Sid. You can find me on the Twitters at GreekSid. I am a GGK exclusive currently. Right now we've got every other Thursday here right now on Fridays. Hello, you made it. Congrats. And Sundays for Slaying 101. Should be fun. I am playing Impulse, the reporter. She's a crack shot. It's going to be fun.
And then, unfortunately, Morgan is not able to make it today. She's super busy doing important stuff. But she'll be back next week, and we miss her. But filling her spot, Ryan is joining us today. So, Ryan, why don't you tell people what you're doing, who you are? You're muted.
I'm muted. I'm Ryan. I'm doing this. And also sometimes Wild Space, and if you want to hang out with me, that's your only options. So you make your decision after this session, I guess. I'm playing Mouse, the Infiltrator.
There we go. Who we will introduce very shortly. And once again, I'm Sean, the Kraken King, here and everywhere else. I am in almost everything on the channel. So I'm here all the time. Specifically, next stream after this will be tomorrow at 3 o'clock Eastern Time. We'll be back for Saturday night's Apocalypse. We're playing the Prince of the Apocalypse campaign setting, or sort of. It's getting off the rails. So yeah, come join us for that. Let's recap what happened last time, because a lot did happen. You had completed your first mission as part of the show, not your first mission necessarily as a team, which we called Operation Doc Op. You had infiltrated this convention, this medical convention, for the purposes of stealing the research implanted in the head of one Dr. Xander Hamish. There was a rather heated exchange outside the elevators where Choke beat down the cyber ops security detail for Dr. Hamish. You were able to extract most of the information on the spot using your prepared the preparations that you had made with your hacker clarity. However, there was a bit of a hiccup as West, this cybersecurity officer, attempted to, I mean, this wasn't specified, attempted to kill Mr. Hamish, Dr. Hamish. And y'all stopped him, unfortunately destroying the transmitter they're using to pick up the information. You had to smuggle the doctor out of the hotel under the cover of this smoke trap that you had set, making your way very expertly past the additional security officers that were sent in to take care of you. You extracted the rest of the information, dropped the doctor off at a bar, and got paid rather easily.
In case it wasn't clear, West is very much dead now.
Oh, he did.
Oh, yeah,
He's
sorry. I
dead,
should
yeah.
have said
He
that.
shot
Yeah,
me.
yeah. You broke his neck with a chain.
So I snapped his neck.
Yeah,
It's pretty great.
it was intense.
He shot me.
Wes shot first.
He did
Didn't
shoot
like
first.
it.
So you then returned and went back to your kind of your setup, your prep for whatever mission might come next, and very quickly you received a new mission from a mysterious figure who called themselves Omega. They gave you a job to break in to the data storage facility in the North Bay Arcology to destroy a server bank marked Server Bank Delta. Again, didn't give you any other information than that. Just told you that's what you need to do. And you're going to get paid a lot to do it. So we did a little bit of legwork. We're still picking up in the legwork phase, recapping what you have done so far. Impulse. We met another crush or former love interest. Sorry, I was reading a different word. Former love interest, Explicit, a neo-folk politician, a neo-folk artist politician who was on the run. You got some information from them on this server bank. Clarity spoke to a hacker friend who has a crush on them named Phoebus. Gave you a little bit more information. And Choke, you reached out to a contact, Renata Jordan, also known as the Warden, a former pit fighter, now security contractor for Aegis, who is known to do security for this facility, who gave you, told you that they'd help you out a little bit. And I think that's where we left off last session.
They were helping me out in exchange for
Oh,
me
right,
doing something
yeah.
I don't want to do.
I forgot about that. Yeah, you were given in exchange for helping them. You do have a job from Scooter. I forgot to mention that as part of you guys ordered some gear from Scooter, and they said they would get you this equipment that you wanted. I hope everybody marked down the things that they wanted to buy because I have no recollection of that. You were told you would retrieve a stolen weapons shipment that Scooter had lost. But Renata gave Choke a job to track down a bounty given to her by Aegis, who it was revealed the source of this bounty, the subject of this bounty, is one Carl Jackson.
Gotta repo your stuff, Carl.
Yeah, so that is where you guys had some drinks at the bar and then went on your merry way. So we'll pick up with you returning to the workshop, and Clarity is in tow. She immediately goes to her hacker nest.
I forgot I took her to the bar.
You did.
None of us did. You forgot we didn't.
So what would you like to do? All of you, any of you.
I have a new move to try out since I sucked last week and I leveled up.
Okay, what's your move?
It is called 24/7 Feeds. So basically, if I scan the feeds to research a certain topic, I can always ask a follow-up question, and on a 10 plus, we can take additional intel.
Okay. So what is... can you...
I think it literally means like news feeds, like
Okay.
radio, internet, like just scanning news feeds, like
Okay, so what it sounds to me,
surfing the
because
web.
it says that you can always ask an additional question when you're doing that. So that sounds to me like it builds off of like the assess move or something.
I think off of the research.
The
roll.
research move. Okay. Okay, so you rolled a research. You can ask an additional question. Specifically, you're researching by going over the news feeds, which encompasses everything from real-time news to like social media. So I assume it's mostly social media for you.
Probably. So that's mind.
So we'll assume this is what you were doing while Choke was at the bar.
I like it. Yeah, probably also, sort of cyber stalking explicit, but it's cool.
Okay, roll mind.
It's an 8.
8. Okay. So on a 7 to 9, you take intel,
Okay.
and you will get 2 questions.
Sweet.
So what are your 2 questions? Are you researching your story, or are you researching your for the mission? I guess you could do
researching
either.
for this. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, my story kind of was at a dead end last week because again sucked. So no for the mission.
Okay. What are your questions related to the mission?
My questions. Okay. That is. We already know that they're owned. This particular bay is owned by OmniTrust. So we're good there. We know they're heavily guarded. I don't know. Help. Can I phone a
Yeah,
friend?
anybody
Help.
can. Yeah,
What do
you
y'all
guys
think?
can chip in if you have any suggestions. Yeah, and recapping some of the intel you guys have, you do know it's a very heavily guarded facility, usually guarded by Aegis personnel. It's pretty well fortified. You know that it's Clarity learned that it's an air-gapped facility, so like you can't hack it from the outside. If you're gonna hack anything or try to get any information from the server banks, you actually have to be in the facility, which Clarity has already specifically stated. I think it was implied, but we're saying for the sake of this, she's saying I'm not going in. She has already told you all that. She's not gonna set foot in that building. Too dangerous.
And that the particular bank was owned by OmniTrust, like that.
Yes.
The server
Yeah.
Bank Delta is owned by OmniTrust.
By
Okay.
OmniTrust, yeah.
I don't know, y'all thoughts? We can hold on to the intel for later.
Yeah, I mean, you automatically hold on to the intel for later because that's something you can spend to like know something that you maybe wouldn't have otherwise known, or kind of create some bit of lore or information for yourself. But you get like 2 questions that you can ask on top of that.
Do we know like who owns the whole thing? Because I know the banks are like owned by different people, but
I guess that might be important because my other thought was if we can't get in physically to just like search and destroy that particular server bay, then let's just blow up the entire bay. But does that mean that we piss off like all of
Everyone?
the corporations as opposed to just OmniTrust?
Do you want to ask that as one of your questions? Sort
Sure.
of like who else uses this facility? Okay. Yeah. The facility as a whole is used by multiple corporations. The ones that we've created for this game, as well as other private individuals, smaller entities. It's a kind of like a for rent or for lease space that the people that can afford it use to house large bits of or large packages of data that they don't want to keep on site. So blowing up the whole facility, yes, might irritate a lot of people.
Shit. Okay.
Well, not only the tank, but Rosie both have breach weapons, so we can blow holes in most anything. So,
Is this too specific? I know we know that it's very heavily guarded, but like how secure is that particular bay? Like, would we be able to know how secure? Like, how many regiments of guards and people? That sort of thing?
I know we know that like most of the security is outside, and like once we get inside, it's supposed to be lessened, but beyond that, I don't know what we know.
Okay, so we know outside is like crazy. Could we figure out how secure the interior of the building is so we're prepared for that?
Yeah, that works too. Yeah, you could get that. So I'm imagining the first question was probably easy to find because you're just like searching around like corporate blogs and things like that to get an idea of like how they handle this sort of thing and who all utilizes this facility. As far as finding out the security on the inside, I think you find actually like a brochure or like a pamphlet that is distributed to people that are looking to lease this space. And what you find there is, yes, they brought the company that owns the server bank. They pride themselves on on contracting Aegis for external security to prevent incursions, so that it is a first point of contact. Nobody's going to get inside. You don't even need to worry because we have our top of the line defense on the outside of the building. But they do say on the small chance that somebody were to get inside, they do have automated security systems, so no personnel inside the building, so your data is secure. However, they do have some automated security systems. They have what's the word I'm looking for? Video surveillance, floor weighted sensors. There's a word that I want to use for it, but I can't find it.
Pressure?
Yes, like pressure
pressure
sensors on the floors that can sense the like smallest like micro anything will set it off. They have to be
bead
very
of sweat
Yes.
up a character actor's nose.
Yes, exactly. Mission Impossible style. So that sort of thing. They also have some high caliber ceiling mounted turret drones that they place through in strategic positions throughout the building to prevent incursion. But all of that is automated. No personnel in the building.
Okay. Good to know.
Gooey on the outside, hard in the middle.
Awesome. Dat me. What about y'all?
Yeah. So you guys all. So at that point, you've done your research. Was there anything Claxon had done during that time? I know you.
I must have done something because Scooter needed us to do a gig for him.
Mm-hmm. That was when you guys
So-
were buying the gear. I'm trying to remember if you
because
went
when
back
we
to
bought it.
Scooter.
No, I don't think I think I passed in this mission for
Okay.
a contact, and
Yeah.
these guys all did theirs.
Okay.
So yeah.
Well, let's do a reconvene so you can bring out your information together, and we can sort of either come out of the legwork phase, or you guys can talk about what you want to do. So Choke and Clarity come back. Choke, you get your stuff settled. Impulse is upstairs in your in your main office, having finished up your social media research. I imagine Claxon, you're working on the tank.
Well, can I talk to Claxon real quick?
Sure.
It'll be a very quick conversation because I walk in and Clarity goes off to hide at her closet. And I just like lock eyes with him and I'm like, you, Jim, now. I just walk off.
All right. He puts the tools down and he picks up his drone visor just in case. And I was like, yeah. So he's got Spider Ball with him, like in a pouch. But that's it. And yeah, he walks in and he'll be like, "What? What's up?"
I'm just gonna take out my tablet that I have and pull up the bounty with his picture and just turn around.
Yeah. So.
What the fuck?
I kind of had to walk away.
With a bunch of company property.
Well, yeah, because they would have tore it out of my head.
Okay. Guess who's your repo man?
You? How did you pick up that contract?
It's a long story.
No, this is good. This is
No.
great. Yeah.
No, it's not.
It's great.
No.
Yeah. Trust me. We'll fake my death. And he's holding there like waiting for the
Yesterday, Clarity was convinced that me being shot at was a good idea, and now this. This is.
Hey, if this was a different universe and there was magic, I'm sure we could get away with it.
It's not.
No.
There's not.
But
Are
maybe Clarity. Let's put a pin in this one, just for now, and then we'll revisit this after we crack the happy fun ball.
I'm tempted to put a fucking bullet in it and call it a day.
While you're finishing this conversation too, you hear a door close from down the hallway, and coming back down, you see Clarity, who has a bag straight over her back, and she stops. She goes, "Oh, hi. I'm leaving for a bit. I'll be back, like, soon."
Lithuania?
No, you know that oil baron who I told you about? Like, he invited me. Well, not him, but somebody else, like,
The
who
one from the
knows
movie.
him. Right. Maybe.
The one
I
that's
don't
not
know.
real. You know what?
I'm pretty sure he's real. But anyway, I'm going to Latvia for the weekend, and I'm sure you all have this mission under. I wasn't really going to go in anyway, so I'm sure you have someone that can help. All right? I'll be back soon.
Have fun.
Bye.
Good luck. Latvia, not Lithuania. And Jackson just like shakes his head.
You are still in trouble.
I get it. We've all gotten pasts. I'm sure. Someday your bulletin will come up, and then Clarity will get rid of it for us.
Hopefully.
And Claxon is like, I'm hoping this sticks. And he's really just hoping to walk away from this without being broken.
All right, so I've got some info. Like, they really know how to put something together. What?
Nothing.
Okay. Where's Claire? I don't want to repeat myself.
Lithuania and Latvia. What the hell was it?
Latvia
Latvia.
for the weekend.
She's in Latvia right now.
Well, she's outside, but
She could be going to Mr. Convenience and hiding in their closet. I don't know. Do you want me to put a tracker on her?
yes,
Maybe.
I do want that.
At the very least, she has to wear a bell inside from now on, because...
He's got one. It's the fucking fire alarm.
Oh, right.
So great, we got this, but we got no hacker.
I huck Spider Ball, put on the visor, and start driving well, in the meeting because I can do both because of my multitasking software.
Yeah. Well, again, the idea here, this is not an extraction. This is a demolition. So we just have to destroy this shit. So maybe we don't need a hacker.
Well, we gotta get inside.
You have a
Okay.
look.
It takes a second. I know a guy.
Is he cute?
I think that's personal preference.
Oh, we'll see. Well, can he get us inside?
Probably.
Great, call him over. Because we have a list to deal with here. We are talking fully automated security systems. We're talking 24/7 video surveillance. We're talking the tiniest of pressure sensors on every single floor. Not to mention ceiling turrets. Let's have some fun with that.
Yeah, I've got a guy for that.
I might have something for the
Hello?
pressure.
I'm gonna call Mouse.
You call Mouse. I can't narrate a phone call. Ring ring.
Beep, 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 beep.
Hello?
Mouse. It's Chalk.
I know there's caller ID. What do you think this is? The 80s? Of last century? I don't know where we're at.
I don't think I ever said a date on this
You
campaign.
did. You said 2220.
Perfect. There we
22.
go.
Of famed the 80s of, you know what I mean.
I don't. Are you working?
Right now, no.
Are you still taking work?
Aren't we all?
I got something for you.
Well, that's great news, cause I've really been on a bender lately.
Okay. You know what?
The Chipotle creditors are after my ass. So,
Not again. Come by the shop.
the shop, cool. You want to text me the address or something? Like,
Do you not? It's been in the same place.
have I been there? Oh God. Okay. All right. Same place. Well, you've kept it pretty secure then, despite everything that I would have expected.
You
okay.
know, I'm considering calling someone else.
But you already called me.
Hmm. Know where you live.
I know. And you never come. No matter how many times I text you.
You know I'm considering it. Now, let me get the guns.
All right. See you soon.
Click.
It's as if the phones are flip phones.
Yeah.
I made a big deal about caller ID, but the flip phone.
Technology is cyclical. I mean, it just came back. We just came back around to it.
Right.
on, a,
Yeah.
on the rotary phone on the wall.
Yeah.
Slam.
Well, it's flip, but it's like 4 flips, so you can make your phone is like into a flat.
It's like
screen
origami.
TV,
It's great.
Yeah,
Gosh,
you know.
I saw not to distract. I saw this one video of like of a kid. Someone's like, hey, do like a mime of a phone. They did like everyone was like, oh, phone, and the kid was like, just like, and it's like, oh right, of course,
Yep.
of course. That's the phone. My
That's how you hold a phone.
That's how you hold a phone.
That's how you hold phone.
This
That's
is
a phone.
nothing.
That is
This
phone
means
home. This is
nothing
hang loose.
to
This is like-
anyone under the age of 25.
I know.
Nothing.
Hang
I know.
loose.
Well,
Anyway,
Ryan
sorry.
has made Choke angry and has brought us off on a tangent. So welcome to the gang.
It seems right.
You're right. On
It's
point.
just like Clarity.
Yeah.
It's official.
Is there anything you guys want to talk through before Mouse gets there? Or should we just speed along to when Mouse shows up?
I think it's best we have the infiltrator with us when we.
Okay.
This is a warning. Mouse is very high energy.
I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Like clarity plus high energy?
Do you
Or clarity level?
Clarity is high energy.
Kinda. I mean, well, when we were shotgunning energy drinks, she was.
What?
Nothing. Stakeout. What happens in the tank stays in the tank.
Great.
It must stink in there.
So
Just
the
let you meet him.
you guys do a little bit more work, whatever you might do during the next hour or so, and then
Work out.
yeah, Mouse arrives. Mouse, give me what does Mouse look like?
Mouse is kind of on the shorter side. He's like 5'7" or so. Is kind of wearing a kind of all-purpose weather water resistant. Well, I'm imagining kind of like a North Face hoodie, that kind of thing, and but with there's certain cybernetic parts sticking out thematically appropriately, and there's going to be prison talk in the apartment complex very soon between all the dogs. So he has a few. Oh gosh, and he looks like he's got a face mask on, like classic cyber ninja style. Like I'm not gonna bury the lead. He's a cyber ninja, people. He's a cyber ninja, and he's wearing a North Face jacket, basically. So
Cyber ninja.
So
North
picture
Face
cyber
jackets.
ninja, North Face jacket. You got it. You've done it. You've done 99% of the work right there. Done. Commission it.
Does Mouse just like appear in the room, or do they actually like knock on the door?
I got to knock on the door. I'm not getting paid to come over yet.
Okay.
I don't use these skills for free.
On the big steel doors of the warehouse, you just do. Mouse arrives.
Got it.
Open it up, and you see your cyber ninja friend and his North Face hoodie.
I love what you done with the place. Fuck all.
Fuck you. Get inside.
You lead Mouse through the big open kind of bottom area of the warehouse. You have the vehicles and the drones all suspended from the ceiling, and up to the workshop or the
That's right.
office area.
It's cool in here.
Office area. It looks exactly the same as the last time you were here, Mouse. Where everyone is currently gathering. You got your table with all your plans and your data and a nice little diagram of the facility. And everybody comes in with Mouse in tow.
Who looks, I imagine, very small next to her.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
She's a large woman.
A good half a foot less. I think. I don't. Or you? How tall are you actually? 6'4", 5, 1, 2, 8.
I keep
11?
changing it. Somewhere around like 6'3", 6'4".
Depends on
Okay.
the boots she's wearing.
Okay. So just considerably shorter. So this is your team?
Hey, Claxon.
No, we just clean the place. Get over here.
Or just get over here.
Claxon.
Get-
Impulse. Nice.
It's a pleasure.
I'm sure it is. So, we need to get in. Can you do it?
That line has worked on me before, but never again. I'm gonna need
This
a little
is-
bit more than that.
This is why I never come over.
You're gonna have to.
Laugh at that one. That's pretty good. That's right up her alley.
You're gonna have to give me a little bit more, sweetheart.
I kind of like him. All right. Fully armed Aegis security on the outside and full-blown, fully automatic security on the inside.
Turrets. Pressure plates.
What kind of schematics you got here? You got blueprints, power grids. What kind of info are we working with? Patrol routes.
I will say you guys don't have anything currently as far as the you have a very basic understanding of the layout of like the general complex. If you want to spend intel for a more detailed map of the like interior of the facility you're looking at, you could do that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna throw out some things. So if there's a power grid, what's the failsafe? Do they have a contingent of angry people that come flooding in, or like what's that failsafe for the people patrolling? What kind of bowel movements do they have? Do we have any windows where the restroom breaks?
Is that one really necessary?
Oh, it is. Oh, it really is. You'd be surprised what gluten intolerance will allow you to get away with.
Claxon
learning
is actually like holding his hand in front of his face and
Impulse is
not
taking
to laugh.
notes.
Joke looks so irritated.
Yeah, I tell you, like IBS might as well mean I be sneaking in.
So
How long did that
sort
one
of-
take you?
Claxon is now laughing. He's got his head on the table and he's just dying. He loves it. He's like, holy shit, that's amazing. That he now wants to poison all the guards so that they have diarrhea. So
Right. So, okay, schematics and power grid for sure, and
Yeah, we'll just see what our options are, because we
maybe
could just.
health records of the guards at
You know what?
GS?
Every little bit helps. Every little bit helps. So, I figured we just figure out a way past that gooey exterior, get our way inside, and then maybe I figure out how to. Maybe we can put all the things offline, or maybe we can only deal with a grid at a time. I don't know. It just depends on what we're working with.
All right. Well, I might have a friend. Yeah, I'll use an intel. I've got a couple to spare.
If you've got any contacts with anyone in the power company, maybe they can do us a favor. Because a lot of these places also, like, that will only help us get in a little bit, but then we probably have to make sure that we shut off any backup generators, because all these places are really excited about their backup generators. So we just got to have that in mind. And so, just crossing T's, dotting I's.
Cool.
I mean, cutting the power, that's good, because I was trying to come up with a way that we would slowly raise the air pressure, because it's got to have a cooling system, until the floor was already in alarm under pressure, and then they would have to ignore the alarm. Because
Oh, you're cute. You're so cute.
I try.
Look at you.
I try. I mean, my other idea was blow a big freaking hole in the wall. I mean,
That's
you
the
know?
one I want to do.
Impulse pulls out her phone. Yeah, I'll reveal knowledge.
Okay.
I'll say this: what the idea? So getting in's great. Tell you what, from my experience, getting in is great, but you have to think about getting out. It doesn't work without getting out too. So you have to think about that. That blowing the hole in, that's great getting in, but you gotta get out, sweetheart.
So, like most men.
I wouldn't be here standing before you today if I didn't know how to get out.
On the phone, Impulse just goes, yeah, sure. She will call in an IOU from
Okay.
someone at the
I'm gonna call it an IBS.
yeah,
So-
call in an IBS.
You have you're using the reveal knowledge move, which when you reveal your knowledge of the opposition's preparations, dispositions, environment, describe how you discover that information and spend intel. So you're saying you have some sort of contact on the
One of my a source from an old story.
works
we'll
for
say.
works for the city, has access to like zoning and planning documents, and like so has the last registered blueprints for the building or some permits that they got. Okay. Yeah, so you do that. You
Also, we had a really fun Friday night once, and so if she doesn't want me to tell her husband, then she's going to give me the info.
Okay, I knew it was gonna go somewhere there. All right, yeah. After a brief, like 5-10 minute phone conversation, Impulse, you have sent to you the city records for the building's layout.
Say hi to Mark for me. Oh, yeah. No, I love that talk too. Okay, bye. We're good. I'll load it up now. Yeah, so she'll get it pulled up. Sent in.
So you spend the intel, and then basically you guys get +1 forward to exploit the opportunity offered by that information. So I don't have a layout for the building because that's boring. But you have you can see the building, and you have a +1 forward now for somehow exploiting the layout of the building to your advantage.
Sweet.
Can we see the specific data bank that we're looking for?
Yeah, I'd say there's a whole bunch of them. There's like a few, in this building specifically, there's probably like 24. They're marked out or labeled which one is which, and you can see which one yours is. I'm gonna say it's not an exterior one, so you're not lucky enough to see that it like abuts a wall, like an outward facing wall or something like that. So you'd have to actually go into the facility to gain access to it.
So there's no people that work in this facility?
No, not inside the building at all, fully automated.
So there's no reason for air conditioning ducts or anything. Well, I guess it's if they're servers, there would be air conditioning.
Yeah, I'd say
cooling is important. Never mind.
not an air. I'd say there is a high-end building
water cooling?
side liquid cooling system
Yep.
that runs through the building that keeps it at a very low temperature.
Even better.
It does, and I'll say it feeds into the city. It pulls from the city water supply.
Do we just need scuba gear? It's kind of cool.
I mean, with air, if you cut it, you can kind of start powering down things. But with liquid, once there's a rupture, then, you have to call individuals to fix that.
That's right. That's what you do.
So are you wanting to intercept a call and then
Sometimes he makes the van look like a repair company or something.
Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. I'm with you.
He's doing a bit.
and he's like, Claxon's just smiling now, see, it's all good. And meanwhile, the whole time he's been running this psy-op to catch up with Clarity, and the spider bot's been rolling around the city trying to catch her, and when it gets to her, it's gonna leap up like a spider and latch on and put a little tracker on her and then fall off and then roll back to us.
Okay. There's no roll for that because there's no way it's gonna impact the mission. So yeah, you do that and you've tracked her. I'm not gonna make any assumptions based on Morgan's character choices, but I'm going to just assume here that she probably just goes across the street and hangs out there for a little while. I don't think she actually leaves the block.
Because Claxon, there's no way he would not want to know.
Yeah. But I'll get confirmation on that before the next session. Okay. So you know about the cooling systems now, and a potential point of either ingress or complication to get yourself in. What else?
I actually don't know the mechanics of water cooling. How hot does that liquid get? Would we boil alive if we were to go through those tubes? Is what I'm thinking.
Again, I don't know reality-wise.
Yeah, but
screw,
in this
screw
world.
that.
Yeah, in
For
this world.
for the sake of like, it is a building full of like servers that
Sure.
is trying to keep cool. I'd say it steadily rises as it progresses through the facility to the point that probably on the back end of it, and that's probably why it's connected to the city water, because it just dumps back into the sewer system, because it doesn't, like, the amount that it would take to like cool that back down would be too much. It's probably enough that it would cause you significant damage, probably kill you on the back end of it.
Okay. Just thinking things.
Yeah, it's
through.
probably boiling.
Who does that? Thinking.
I looked it up.
Oh,
You did?
Yeah. This is IBM's water cooling technology. The coolant temperatures can reach as high as 113 degrees Fahrenheit.
okay, and that's like
Okay. That's uncomfortable. But that's livable.
That's
though.
a very that's the bathwater that makes you go ooh. Ooh.
yeah. So I'd say for a building, that sounds about right. That it would probably get very, very, very hot.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yep.
I had to
That's
know.
awesome. I don't know.
Understood.
So, so you, other than the shape changing van, what do you bring to the table?
We'd have to get the contract for the repair, so either we still need Claire for that to hack in and give us an invoice or something.
Yeah, that is, unless we were to get lucky, or somehow make it so that's who they call Swampy Sam's, and that's unless we
I'm
were,
really not sure about our Yelp rating.
Well, I mean, these people, they don't actually do reviews when they gotta call somebody. It's just some schmuck who's behind a reception and desk who's like they just go the list that's there. We just changed that list to whatever we need to be.
That sounds great. Do you know how
Does
to do
someone
that?
know someone at Yelp? Are we literally doing this? Are we like forging Yelp reviews? This is too close to home.
No.
I'm just saying.
We don't have to do that. We just have to get into this. We find out it's probably an automated number that goes out. Even like if there's like some sort of like maintenance issue, it's probably just an automatic call that goes out. We just got to find out where that happens, and we just change the numbers. Anyone good with computers? Yeah.
No. That's our friend in Latvia.
Okay.
And what I bring to the table, mechanical knowledge, a big drone with big guns, and a little drone that's sneaky.
I can basically make people do whatever I want them to.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. So,
And you know Choke already.
You know what I
not
do?
as well as I'd like to.
I mean, you're not wrong there.
Claxon's like looking at everyone like, what the fuck is happening?
Don't
Just
know
the
why
inevitable
anymore.
progression of this game to a level of horniness.
Everybody wants to sleep with me.
Sorry, I saw most of episode 1. I'm like, I think I got the vibe of this
you
game.
got the vibe of the game
No, it's great.
so well.
It's Claxon's
perfect.
usually on the periphery of that orbit, so that's why he's like.
I was worried that without Morgan here, we wouldn't reach that level, but I'm happy to know
We're here!
we're here.
You got it.
Oh man.
Here we go. Same plan. No hacking. We just fuck the shit up. And then wait. And then when the repair people show up, we shoot them and we take their stuff. Same ending.
That works.
So, this is probably a less messy option, but Yeah,
We could knock them
Probably
out, or we could pay them off. But if you want to do that, then
For that whole diarrhea thing.
you've
No,
you've
I
got to
ju-
put
I
the
just-
bill there.
I just
The
meant,
chain can do a lot of things. Can't do that one.
No, I just meant we don't shoot them. We can. Yeah, you can chain them
Fine.
up, choke them out.
That's usually ends up being worse than shooting them.
I don't mind as long as they're out of their clothes before you start. I don't care. I'm just worried about bullet holes and blood on the uniforms.
That is a fair point.
I'm a good shot.
We'll try to keep it as clean as possible. Like we'll go in, we'll get in there close.
I never claimed to be an elegant woman.
No. No. Not elegance, but like a mountain. Just formidable.
I was waiting for you to finish that because I had a couple of ways of finishing that and I just wasn't sure. So okay, yeah, formidable.
What were you gonna say?
It's like a mountain that men from all over the world, they see it, that everyone just... sorry.
I was thinking more insurmountable, but right. So okay, so we're
Men
going
from all
to
want to climb
Honey,
and
I
mount
don't
the
think
peaks.
it's just men.
Majestic.
True. Man,
So we're
mankind-
waiting on the repair team then. Okay.
Hey, tell you what, but I think this might be a. Let's find out what other place the repair team is contracted with, and we'll start a business there. So there's not like a something that pinks up on the radar that we're doing anything at the facility before we're ready to go. Does that sound good?
Sure.
Okay by me.
All right. Oh, you're a lovely bunch.
Okay.
Okay,
I
so
really
what
can't
is
get a read on you?
so I'm gathering we're still in the legwork phase because you guys haven't really decided yet how you're doing this. So you're not just like starting the shit show, ambushing and going in. You're wanting to go find the security detail so you can impersonate them before you start.
repair
For the
doing something.
repair detail.
That's what I
so
meant, the repair detail.
we'll manage to fuck something up in the interior. They would call repair people. We would ambush the repair people, and then we would go in.
Okay,
Vaguely, what I think does that sound about right?
is that what we're doing?
But we
or
want to
you-
go get more intel on the potential repair company. Is that where we're at? I thought that was where Mouse was saying.
Sure.
I'm yes-anding, yes.
That's what I gathered from it.
Because what I was
if
reading
we're not
from
doing
that,
then that's cool.
what I was reading from that, if I was reading wrong, is that Mouse is suggesting finding them and getting, like, ambushing, getting the stuff you need now before you
I
start the shit. But I don't, whichever way you want to do it. I just need to know whether we are moving from the legwork phase to the the action
I
phase.
feel like
of
we're
doing
probably still in legwork.
stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what is it sounded like Mouse is doing something, wanted to research something. What do you, or it has a move that you want to use?
Oh, do I?
I don't know. Does it? It sounded
actually,
that way.
No, I don't really have a move for anything up until we actually get going.
Okay. Then who wants to look into the security group? I don't know if anyone has any contacts you want to use or create.
Well, let me read you because like I actually don't know what the trigger for this is.
Okay.
It's oh god, what are you sizing? It's you specialize infiltrating by blah, 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 blah. Hold on. During your infiltration, is that a phase, or is that just whenever I am infiltrating anything?
I think that's just when you're infiltrating something. It's not a phase of the game.
Okay. Okay. Well, I don't think that's super relevant. Basically, I just have Cat Burglar and Mother Duck. Cat Burglar is like when I'm infiltrating, I can I get a gear because I like seeing things that are useful for me as I go.
Okay.
And Mother Duck is if when I infiltrate, I can get my team in.
Okay.
So
That's handy.
So but that's specifically when I spin hold to bypass the security system or guard or escape notice, the team can accompany me.
Okay.
That's a
Yeah.
specific move, I think, but I don't know which one it is.
Yeah, that's probably like if you're acting under pressure to get in, like unseen or something like that, or if you are
Okay.
doing what that reference there is, like the bypassing a system or something like that. That's
Yeah,
more
yeah,
of like the hacking moves, like the Matrix moves. So either one of those would be fine. But yeah, that sounds more like when you're actually like physically trying to get into the building.
Yeah, I think that's
So who's looking into the? It sounds like the only thing you guys are trying to do right now is look into this security company, or
If someone
repair
else
company.
wanted to hit research, or I could try to hit the streets. My style's decent. See if I can get a lowdown about this.
About it, both of those.
Yes, me too.
Same.
And Claxon's like, these noodles aren't bad. Why don't we all eat these? And he's eating some of Clarity's noodles from the cupboard.
They are terrible
You put a
No,
little sauce in
for
them?
you.
Oh,
I'm really worried that she's actually put something in those.
oh,
The level sodium alone.
yeah. I mean, that's what makes them taste good. These are all right.
Okay.
I'm just gonna finish this bowl then. Already know.
Right.
Yeah, good luck living to 30.
And she only
no.
eats the
It'll-
special double.
It'll be a good 30 years.
She only eats the special like double salted cup of noodles
double
too.
salt.
Does that
Mega salt.
say, pulling it out
Triple
of the
the
trash.
MSG.
Does that say
Um,
double salt? We cannot let her eat.
Double the sodium, double the fun.
She's
Um,
going to die.
They're sody yummy.
And why is there caffeine in these noodles?
We have to get rid of these.
And
Okay.
of course, the mascot is Mickey, and it's ha, you're gonna have a heart attack. Ha. It's gonna be great.
Don't use his voice in here. No,
Never again.
no.
Anyway,
I suddenly made Choco's character that cares a lot about what she eats.
she's a fit broad.
Okay, so hit the streets or
If anyone does make the voice of the mouse gets very uncomfortable. Like, super freaking triggered.
Sorry, didn't know. Does Mouse? How is Mouse at either talking with people or being, edgy?
Decent edge. Style, not so great.
Why are we all so bad at style?
What about is he very smart?
Dump stat.
How's that mind?
How's that mind?
0, baby.
Okay, so this is me. All right. I can do. I have a +1 mind and a +1 style. So okay.
right.
I've kind of already researched. So I guess
let's do
I'll
hit the street. Yeah, that sounds good. Do you,
Well, I'm cool, edgy, and meaty. Come on.
You're none of those things.
which contact
if-
are you going for? Going to talk
Playing
to in
against
this case?
type.
Doesn't have to. I'm gonna say it doesn't have to be one of your contacts specifically, but right now we have Dr. Mallory Caro, Darla Kane, Scooter, Phoebus, Explicit, and Renata Jordan are the contacts we've defined.
I feel like Phoebus might know, and I really want to talk to him.
Okay.
We love Phoebus.
Oh, you know Phoebus?
Do you know Phoebus?
No, I'm just.
Okay. It's gonna be like, what's he like?
Why'd you always lie?
Because it amuses me.
All right.
right.
I guess I gotta
Nothing
go
else
talk
to
to
do.
Phoebus.
Yeah, go ahead and roll. Let's do this because I always forget to actually do the roll before I start giving you guys shit. So
of
go ahead and roll style to hit the street.
Dang it, he caught on. Okay. Come on. With the, I don't see why the +1 would apply for this. So okay.
No, we'll save that for when you guys are actually trying to get into the
Actually
building
in the
and
building.
stuff.
Got
Yeah.
it. It's a 9. Okay.
A 9. Okay. So 9 plus 2. All right, so you're gonna have to choose 2 from the list. All right, so I kind of get an idea how this is going. So let's role play this out, and then you can decide
Okay.
which ones you want to pick. You. I don't think you go to find Phoebus because you don't know where they're at right now. You just know they're I think Clarity isn't here, so you go into her room, and just hit like mess around with her computers and stuff. I can't. Again, Morgan can correct me later. I can't imagine that she's super secure with her passwords. Just from what I know about Clarity.
All
but
that
yeah,
logging in, what a pain.
boring.
I'm just gonna try noodles, like,
Noodles?
but on the end is a Z.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
And ding, that works.
Oh, hey.
And we'll work on that later if we need to. You.
She's gonna have to change her password.
Yeah, dang it. Sorry.
And you hit the call button on the Skype menu for.
Why are we still using Skype in 2220? It's bad now.
It's real good now though, because I can't think of something funny. Okay, you hit
A
Skype.
long con.
And it like rings for a second.
When their AI goes online, Skype net.
Skype.
Oh,
and
she'll
just
try to disguise herself a little bit.
does the Skype thing, and then it comes on in like a dark room, and you see Phoebus there for a second, having thought Claire, like it's kind of like straightening up and goes, oh, hey Claire, oh,
Hi.
who are you?
I'm M, and I'm a friend of Clarity's. Hi. I'm using her computer. She's out of town.
I'm hanging up now.
Wait. I had a couple questions because I mean she always talks about how like really smart you are and like how you have an in on some things. So we're kind of in a bind. She's out and about and she's not available, so I thought, I'd reach out.
She talks about how smart I am.
Oh, all the time.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess I have some time. I can help. What do you need?
She said you were super kind too. So there's a word on the street that there's a really particular a repair company that works out there for the out on North Bay. So we were just wondering who that might be.
Hold on. She was asking me something about this earlier. Okay, yeah, I can get into the system, but I've already tried to access this, and well, it's probably
Nothing
gonna.
about the actual banks or anything like that. Just like exterior stuff, like who they
Yeah.
contract to fix things.
Yeah, but I'm still gonna have to go into their systems again, and that's probably gonna flag something. Just we don't tend to hit the same place twice, so just letting you know. I mean, I can.
Is there a workaround?
Yeah, there's a couple. I can reach out to somebody it's a contact of mine to try to do this instead of me, but I'm probably gonna have to cough up something for it, or you're gonna have to give me a little more time to ping off some other IP addresses to kind of mask
How
my.
much time?
That's gonna take a.
Beginning to lose her patience.
It's I don't know if I'm gonna be real safe about this. It's probably you're gonna have to give me 24 hours. Or, I mean, that's I don't know. You take your pick, and it's your job. So which options do you want to pick from the list? Because that's gonna influence it. So you can pick 2 from the list. Request is going to cost you extra. Request is going to take some time to put together. Request is going to attract unwanted attention, complications, or consequences. Or your contact needs you to help them out with something. If you turn them down,
Choose 2.
yeah, yeah.
Now see, that's the one that I picked, and I immediately regretted it.
Yeah.
I know. I kind of want to spin it this way. Okay. So I'm gonna I'll do that. The contact needs you to help them out with something, and that it will cost you extra.
Okay. He says, one second. Okay. Yeah, I got someone that can help. I'll send you their bill. If you
How
can
much are we talking?
here, and pings up on the thing. We're gonna say for this, because you want a good hacker. I'm pulling up my thing here. Cred. I'm gonna say 2 cred.
Any way for him to bring that down? Just one measly cred if I give you a little something that I'd say is worth it. You like clarity, right?
I mean, she's really nice. I mean, we get
Be honest, you really like her, don't you?
you're some typing for a bit. And all right, this isn't being recorded. Yeah, I do.
All right.
Why do you think you can help me with that?
Well, I mean, she's already talking about like how smart you are, so why don't I put in some good words for you?
You really do that?
Of course. I mean, you really are helping us out.
Okay, fine. I'll split the cost with you. And if you can get Clarity to go on a date with me.
In person or digital?
VR or in person, either one's fine.
Okay. Deal.
Okay.
Again, she is out of town right now, so like I've got to, give her a couple days to get in touch.
Yeah, sure. Lithuania or something. Yeah. No, that's fine. I'll get this job set up. It's just I'm trusting you to come through with me for me on this. Okay. All right. I'll get set up. And I'll get you the information once I get it back.
I knew you were the right one to call. Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks. Bye. And just hangs up. So 1 cred from you. And yeah,
Cool.
if you arrange the date or you get the -1 ongoing with them.
Yep. Yeah, we'll see which one.
We'll see how that goes. All right. After a little bit, you do get the information back on the repair company that contracts through Omnitrust or contracts through the facility. Someone give me a name for this repair company.
Cenobite Heating and Cooling.
Okay. Cinnabon Healing and Cooling. No.
It said Cenobite.
I know.
But, okay.
No, it's fine.
Cinnabon. They really branched out in 2022.
Hey, Sid, hand me those glasses, would you? Just pass
Oh
those
yeah, no
up.
problem. There you go.
Pass them up. Oh,
Passing them up
thank
there.
You.
Yeah,
Thank
no
you.
problem.
All right, so now I've got the glasses.
Nerds. All right. You get the information back on Cenobite Heating and Cooling, and you can find all of their company information online. But they are the ones that would handle any sort of calls for any sort of maintenance or repairs needed.
They literally screenshot their company logo, transfer it to the signs on the panels of the van, make
Okay.
sure it looks all right, center it a little bit if I need to, and there.
All right.
When we
So
need-
you know too. I would give this to your hackers pretty thorough with it. The way that the response, the process work, if there's some sort of breakdown or some sort of malfunction at the facility, an automated invoice is sent to Cenobite, who responds. Typical response time is about for I guess for standard maintenance. It's usually a couple hours. For like for repairs or breakdowns, something like that. They're expected to be there within 10 minutes. So that is your window once the call goes out.
So we don't have to do anything necessarily like catastrophic. We just need to do something that would require some repairs.
I like that better. I don't think we even need I don't think we even need to involve these people too much, you know? Don't think we need their uniforms beforehand. We got the paperwork, we got the van, we just go in. Also, on the inside, it's just robots anyway, so I don't know if a onesie is going to really affect that too much.
More for the exterior cameras.
Yeah, I am going to give one other thing, a hiccup to this, because I think it makes sense based on the fiction that we've set up. When Cenobite goes into the facility, they are accompanied by Aegis personnel.
Oh, yeah, we can take care of them. Perfect.
So the Aegis personnel is the people that are already on site, or would we be able to fake? Okay, damn.
They would already be on site. Yeah.
I was like, we got a show.
Because the way I set it up, where it's fully automated, they don't want people in. If people are going in, they need to have some sort of security present.
I'd say we do that. You get the forge van, you get some docs, show up. Maybe if we have a minor repair, maybe an hour before they normally would. Gives us an hour to get in, out. Easy peasy.
I think this works.
Let's do it.
All right. So it sounds to me like you guys have you've accomplished your second goal here, which is when you decide how to infiltrate the facility. So you have officially done that. You've decided what you're going to do, how you're going to infiltrate it, when you're going to do it. We'll assume there's a time that's set somewhere because it's not very time sensitive. All right. So you all get an XP, and we officially move from the legwork phase to the action phase, which you guys caused very little disturbance in this. We only had one tick in the legwork clock for this. I'll take this over to the...
Oh, don't worry, Jonathan. I'll make up for that very quickly.
I'm sure. So
just means we get paid. So
yeah, because it'll definitely. I mean, especially with Aegis personnel, there's more chance for things to go bad during the mission, the action part of this.
Oh, I'm planning for it to go bad immediately.
Okay, so this is probably the perfect time for us to take our break then. So that is what we are going to do. We will be back very shortly. We're going to get up and refresh and think about our life choices, and then we'll come back and see how this mission plays out. So stay tuned, and we will see you all very shortly. And welcome back, Internet.
You all ready? Sorry, that's not funny.
Good way to start. Thanks for hanging out with us on our break. God damn it.
Well, I got you. Okay, success.
Yeah,
Success.
No,
Success.
you got me. All right, thanks for hanging out with us on break. Let's just
You
get right back.
invited him.
Let's get right back into this.
That's true. That's Sean's fault.
Well,
Everyone send your frustration, hate mail to Sean@.com.
Sean@.com is my
Kraken.biz.
email address. Sean@.com.com.
Sean@com.biz.
God.
That's how websites work.
Somebody else named Sean is about to get a lot of hate mail.
I don't see how that's a me problem.
There's going to be threes of hate mail that go out to Sean@.com.
Oh boy.
A whole 3.
All right. We
Vanilla.
are back. So we have officially moved from the legwork phase of this mission, which has not been named yet, to the action phase. So you guys have decided what you are doing. Your game plan here is you have acquired, I'm assuming, well, you guys have uniforms. I think that's already kind of part of the shtick that you guys have with this van. You know who you're impersonating. You're not doing anything to damage the facility. You're just coming in under the guise of doing some repair work. Is that what I'm getting? All right. Any last minute things before, as you guys are loading up into the van?
Definitely suggest a name for the operation. Operation Inevitable Violence.
I was gonna say Delta Force, but I like Inevitable Violence as well. Just because its server's named Delta. We're workshopping, okay?
As long as it doesn't have IBS in it, then I think
Done.
we're good.
Inevitable Violence.
Violence.
Solutions.
Solution.
Real quick question though. So if we're
Inevitable
not-
Violent Solution. Done.
If we're not actually going to do something to damage the facility, then that means that we're going to go in as if we are the security the repair company, but there will be no repair ticket. So when we get there, the Aegis people are going to be like, "What the fuck are you doing here?"
Oh, you need a problem? You need a problem inside the facility? Is that what you need?
Maybe.
All right, I can make a problem inside the facility. How's that?
Claxon's like, that's not my job? Okay.
Whoever wants to. I know you have your little spiders there, Klaxon, but if you
Let's see what he's got.
Anything to put a smile on your face, I would love to do that.
all right. Let's see what you got. What are you thinking?
I'm not.
Right.
We know.
By the way, if you're out there in computer land, Sean, what was it? Sean at .com at gmail.com is available if you want to start your whole
Sean.com at
wait.
gmail.com.
Oh, Sean.com and Gmail. I was gonna say
Dot
Sean
as in
at
the actual
gmail.com.
dot?
Is that taken?
Or are you spelling out dot as in DOT?
DOT because you can't
Okay.
put the at or
Yeah.
the dot in it.
Actually,
Yeah.
DOT's taken. It's DAUGHT CAHM. Sorry.
Sean.com.
How are we going to create needed repair? Damn it. How am I bringing us back? Whenever has that happened?
I know. It's
Someone has
I'm
to,
just
because
trying
I'm
to
not
go
going
to
to.
Sean.com. It just links to somebody's Instagram.
Yeah.
There's nothing there.
There's that. But if you put the whole thing spelled out.
So,
Well, LB, if you're out there, I know you do this in every other game I'm in. I'm sorry. Girl, I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
so what are we doing? Are you going in? Are we going in?
I'm gonna go in.
Sending
create
in
a-
the drones.
Here's what I suggest. Like, just relax, sweetheart. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna create a little problem. You all get called in. I'll meet up with you all where you come in at the loading dock, or whatever it is, and we'll meet up and we'll move the rest of the way in. I'll create an invoice. That's all I'm saying. I'll create an invoice.
The only issue with that is that we are going to be escorted by Aegis when we come in. So
That's not an issue.
How is that not an issue? You're not going to be able to get inside due to like pressure plates?
That's also not an issue.
I would believe him.
All right. I mean, I'm just like really curious to see how this is going to turn out personally. But I mean, I just devil's advocate here. We do have drones and bots that we could send in, and that way you could just still be in the van with us.
Sure, you bring bots and drones, do whatever you want, but sometimes you gotta get real knowledgeable hands on a situation. You know what I mean?
Axon is dying in the front seat. He's laughing. his
Are
ass
we
off.
still talking about the mission, or
I don't think so. I have a hammock. Good luck.
He's your boy, so okay.
No.
Whatever.
No. He's not. He wishes.
Do on shooting stars every night through the smog.
I could cut this with a knife right now. Okay. All right. So we'll let him do his thing, and then
Just don't die.
My heart will go on.
And you're sure you can meet up with us once we get inside? Because again, we're going to be escorted by Aegis.
I'm not gonna let them escort you too long.
Oh, that's how it's gonna be. Okay.
I get jealous.
I guess that's good to know. All right. Well, let's get this show on the road, I suppose.
Watch me roll snake eyes 3 times.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to this turning into a cleanup,
So wrong.
a cleanup job. It's like,
Oh,
well,
Lord.
I 100% like I had in my head, like I'm gonna roll shit. I'm gonna roll shit tonight. It's but it's okay.
all right. So I'm imagining Mouse leaving ahead of the group while the rest of you guys are getting ready. You're giving Mouse an hour head start so they can sneak in, fuck up whatever they need to,
And then we're
intercept
keeping
you.
an eye on the repair shop
Yeah,
in the meantime. Okay.
yeah, that's what I'm guessing. You probably, with your contacts and stuff, with what the hacker gave you, you'll probably get the work order at the same time that the real company does. But you can position yourselves closer to essentially be there right away, to give yourselves about, if it's a non-essential problem or a non-critical problem, gives yourself a couple hours. If it is a critical issue, you've got about 10 minutes.
So what? We just say we were in the neighborhood, in the area.
Sounds good.
This probably isn't the best. I'm just, I brought one in my bag just for this occasion. Like,
Oh,
just.
no, you look gorgeous.
No,
Don't change a
it's
thing.
really distinctive. So just 2 seconds. Just 2 seconds. And I'm going to go change my wig because this is a bit now. I'm sorry. This is a bit now. This is a bit. I have
It
to
is a
change the
bit.
wig.
No,
Well,
she-
this is
she-
good
she-
because we can
sorry.
do the mouse infiltration while you're.
She could wear
Perfect.
a turd on her head. She'd still be distinctive.
This one needs to
She just-
stop. He needs to stop. Okay, I'll be right.
She likes to do this.
So,
I can tell.
Mouse, heading down to the South Bay Arcology. You, what is your approach? How do you do this?
Okay, so I'm going to do my best to find any sort of breach in the patrol patterns to get close enough to. I'm just gonna try to my ultimate goal is to get to either a power box or a power conduit, something. I just want to sever a line. It's not gonna shut down power to the whole building, but I just want to enough to that a simple repair thing would go off. Maybe you kind of walk me through this. What would be a non-emergency thing? If there's I guess if there's a Wi-Fi or something like that, I could take it. I could take up Comcast from the facility. I don't know, something that's not gonna raise big alarms, but something to send in a repair team for.
Yeah. So. I have a couple of thoughts. My number one is that if you were to sabotage the cooling system in such a way that it was a slight increase in temperature, nothing critical, enough that there was a leak somewhere outside of the building that might cause things to rise enough that they need somebody to come in soon enough to fix it before there are any serious
Are all the
issues.
are the server suites on discrete coolant systems? Because I don't want to risk overheating the data bank that we're looking for.
I'd say there are not on discrete ones, but there are probably like 3 that deal with the whole facility. So you could pick one that doesn't run through the
I'll do
server
that.
bank you're looking for. Okay.
Cool. I'll do that.
So you know where that's at based on the blueprints you have. You will have to enter the complex, probably get past security to get to this. Okay. So I will say there is a +1 forward hanging around for having the layout. Impulse, if you want to bequeath
Is that a single use?
That is single use, yeah.
It's a single use.
All right, so
I
before you do
bequeath
that-
it unto you. Please use it.
Oh, baby, don't don't promise me nothing.
So I also have so just so you know, Sean, I have a stealth suit.
Oh.
Gives me +1 ongoing to avoid being detected while alone and hidden.
Okay. So is that like business casual or like?
Well, it can be interpreted that way. There is the face version of the infiltrator. I am not the face version though.
Okay.
I am the shadow.
You've actually got like a full on
I'm like
Ops,
Gray Fox from Metal Gear Solid, like light bending suit over here.
Perfect.
So I mean, or however you want to.
No, that's fine. I like that.
Also, these skill wires, if getting ingress, if parkour would help me, I do have a skill chip for that.
I've watched enough action movies to not have a good argument for when parkour would not help you.
It's always useful. All right, cool. So
doing your taxes, parkour.
So, so I believe while there's no alarms raised at the moment, that gives me a +2 forward, maybe +3 if I decide to use that thing. I'm not sure if I'm going to use that yet. To like try to sneak in and get to a place. If I got to take out somebody along the way, I'll do it.
Well, let's see how you roll. So you're with a +2. I mean, that's up to you. You just decide now if you want to use that additional, if you want to use that +1.
I'm just I don't think so.
You guys can save that for later.
Is that an act under pressure for sneaking in, or is
that
something else?
I think act under pressure is typically what I go with when you race against the clock, or act while in danger, or act to avoid danger. Roll cool.
Cool. All right, so cool. So with a +4, I got a 10.
That's pretty good. So you, in this case, with the 10+, you do it, no problem. So the complex itself is, I mean, it's sprawling. Hence the name of the game. These large, there's a word I want to use for it. Well, these large gray stone buildings with like no windows on it. It's the super sort of like oppressive architecture that just these big cement monoliths that sit in this arcology. And I think you sort of position yourself outside of the like security perimeter that surrounds this space. There isn't like a fence or anything per se, but there are sweeping cameras that cover most of the paths in and out of this section of the arcology. You time them perfectly and slip between the gap in the camera's patterns. you sort of slide along, falling between these alleyways, timing out the patrols from the Aegis security personnel that you've seen walking their way, or the around the buildings, or some of the drones flying in wide circles around as well. And yeah, with a 10 plus, you avoid all detection. I don't think there may be like a couple of close calls. Somebody comes around a corner, you press up against a wall, they walk right past you without seeing you due to your cloaking casual wear, and you follow the map that you've been given from Impulse until you arrive at a smaller building that is situated kind of directly between all of the others, and you can see these big steel pipes that sort of feed out of the building and then into the ground, where they go along the sort of under the buildings, then feed up into them to distribute water and this cooling system throughout the server banks. This is sort of the central pump house of the arcology.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just go. I will remove my microfilament whip and kind of wrap it around this pipe like a garrote wire, and I'm going to slice into it.
Okay. I don't think there's any roll for that. It's not gonna. You're not fighting it.
Yeah.
You're just doing it.
It does 4 harm.
Yeah. So you're trying to.
It's nasty.
So here's my question for you: are you trying to cause a small leak? Are you trying to completely cut off the water supply to the server bank?
Not trying to completely. Yeah, just say enough. Probably, going through a third to reduce the water pressure enough that it's going to trigger a call. But I'm not trying to drain the water out of the whole facility. Even like the third. I don't want people freaking out.
Yeah.
Or anything.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So the monofilament wire sort of sparks and it heats as you grind it against this pipe, and after a few saws with it, there is a trickle of water that begins to run down the outside. You saw a couple more times, making almost no noise through doing this, and then a moderate stream begins to flow out, and then kind of pooling along the floor, kind of following the grooves in the cement walkways in this arcology to some sort of drainage. No immediate alarms go off or anything. It's not an issue that would cause that to happen. So you're in. What is there anything else you want to do?
So I would say that this probably triggers my mother duck ability.
Okay.
When you infiltrate a location, you can get your team in as well. Although I have to spend hold to bypass. Never mind. Maybe it doesn't trigger. Maybe I have to do a different move for that.
Okay.
But if I can't do that, then what I'm going to do is pretty much move to wherever I think service vehicles are supposed to come in, and I will wait, and I will do the silly thing and jump on top of the van as it comes back, and just ride on the top. Man.
Okay. So you're staying within the complex, and you perch up. There is an entrance, an official entrance to the arcology, and you perch up on top of the guard station, waiting for your team to approach. Which after about a minute, the van comes around the corner. You see the. I just keep wanting to call it Cinnabon. Sorry, go ahead.
This whole time I'm just assessing the guard's pass. I'm like, oh, he's definitely got that mud butt.
You see the Cenobite heating and cooling truck come around the corner. I assume Claxton is driving. Impulse, or you're up front, preparing to do the talking?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Choke in the back, trying to look unintimidating.
With the guns.
All right. you come pulling up. A couple of security drones immediately dispatch from the guard the guard post, and flank the side of the van, sort of like scanning it as you approach. And you come up to the guard station, and you can see an actual Aegis security personnel who is posted here. Speaks through the speaker and says, "We didn't have any maintenance scheduled for today."
We got a call for repair.
Repair. Hold on. Starts typing at their computer and oh, this just went out. I didn't even hear about this.
Speedy service, it's what we do.
Where's Joe? He's usually the one that handles this route.
No, he's got the night off tonight.
I want you to roll fast talk.
Okay.
Oh, Joe, he died.
Oh, he's dead.
Joe, you didn't hear?
Sorry.
IBS.
Don't. You're taking it away before I can use it.
I'm sorry.
So you did or you did not use your +1 forward?
I did not use that.
Should I use it?
Use it if you like. I say, hey, you know what? Hey, baby, spend it. Treat yourself.
I earned it.
Yes, you earned it. You earned it. Treat
Dying
yourself.
with onwards or equipment go. In
Yeah.
That's true.
pockets.
I'm glad I did. 8.
8. All right. NPCs do it, but someone will find out. The MC will advance the appropriate countdown clock. Okay. So which is perfect because we had nothing on the action clock so far. The guard, as you say that, kind of says, "Huh? Well, if I didn't know he had." All right, yeah, that's fine. Well, you tell him he owes me $10 from the fight the other night. He still hasn't paid me back for that, but.
What is $10 in this economy? and 200 years from now, what's $10?
10
A
cred.
gumball?
Yeah, I was about to say 10
Banana.
banana.
10
Shit.
cred.
Okay. Oh, cred. All right. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'll mute my mic now. Continue.
All right. I'll get I need a team over here to escort you if you're heading over to handle this. So just give me 5 minutes, and the comm clicks off and begins to type away his computer. So there's a tense 5 minutes that follows until you see two hovercraft that come pulling up the side, sort of like hovering golf carts, as we've described before, each one with a team of 3 Aegis guards. You can see the big Aegis emblem on their on the shoulders of their armor, their Kevlar. They flank the sides of your van, and the comm clicks off again and says, "Yeah, we found the leak. They'll take you to it. Thanks for showing up so
Appreciate
quick."
That's what we do.
Hits a button, the gates open, and you are allowed to enter. So they escort you to the building, to the server bank that you're looking at, but they don't take you inside. They take you to over where the leak currently is, at the pump house, which is now sort of like flooded this little walkway. The guards don't really talk much. They just kind of hang out in their hover carts and watch you work. So you come to a stop outside of the pump house. What do you do?
Am I on top of the van?
Yeah, I assumed you jumped on top of the van.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
There is a top hatch if you did want to get into said van.
Oh no, that's not necessary.
All right, I'm just as an option.
Yeah, I like the image
Oh,
as the
but-
gate opens. Mouse just quietly just leaps onto the top of the van, unseen by the guards.
All right. So we have 2 hovercrafts with
3 guards each
Hmm.
in each one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll wait until like a couple people I'm assuming Impulse and maybe Klaxon like step out and kind of move towards the job. But after that, I'm gonna go on the top of the van.
That feels like it's my turn.
Okay, and then I'm gonna wait for Choke to open up the back of the van, and then I'm gonna make my move.
All right, Choke. What do you do?
I open up the back of the van.
And, well, I'm gonna do a parkour flip into the hovercraft on the left side with
Okay.
my microfilament whip. One of the tags is area.
Yes. Okay, so
Also messy.
yep. So what I want the image of how Choke. Are you coming out like swinging the chain? Or you got like
Yeah.
guns or
No. Well, no, I don't want everyone to know what we're
okay?
doing.
Just want to know.
The chain is also area,
Okay,
just to clarify.
so you come.
Yeah, no, I think it's very cool. I think I just like very casually just like open the back of the van and just like turn to face the other hover car, I guess the one on the right, and then just kind of like pull the chain out of my sleeve.
All right. So
Do that.
both of you will have to roll to mix it up.
Do they have synthetic nerves?
Oh boy. These guards.
Do you have synthetic nerves?
I haven't. I do.
Yes, yes, yes.
I doubt they do. Why? What's the
Okay.
thing that you're?
So you react so quickly that you can almost dodge bullets. If none of your enemies have synth nerves, take +1 forward to mix it up.
Okay.
In situations where, that doesn't matter here, but yeah, I get +1
Okay.
forward to mix it up.
Yeah, I'd say they have some minor like cyberware, but nothing to that extreme.
Okay. All right, I'm rolling.
All right.
Okay, 9.
11.
Nice.
All right. So with an
Robot arm.
set the violence in arms force, seize control, state the objective, roll meet. On a 7 to 9, you have to choose 2 from the list. On a 10, you just do it.
All right, so I'm gonna say an ally takes harm as established by the fiction. Something of value breaks. I will offer up an ally takes harm as established by the fiction. My whip also has a tag dangerous, which I assume means it's also could harm myself because it's kind of wild.
Okay. So that would be if you're angling for you to take harm.
That's the fiction I see right now.
Okay. Because that is an option. That is an option.
You could
too
also
for,
play it.
You to take harm is established by the fiction. So
Yeah, I mean, you can play it up like I do something wrong and like signals the other team before Chuck gets there. But I'm offering it myself first on the line for this.
Okay. So you take harm is established by the fiction, and something of value breaks. Okay. Yeah.
That is another point. I skipped that one. Yeah. Now I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Okay. So, Choke, you swinging your weapon. How much harm does your chain do again?
4.
4. Okay, and then Mouse is yours.
Because of my robot arm.
Also does 4. All right, 4 is enough to take out any of these guards. So the two of you come charging out of the van, chain in hand, and whip it forward, and with one strike, it just smacks across the heads of the two guards that are stationed on the front of this craft, and just the two of them immediately go limp, like slumping over, one falling out of the cart and a few feet down and landing in the puddle below. The other one starts to get up and pulls their weapon out on you, and you take the chain, wrap it around their neck, sort of yanking them back down into the seat, and true to your name, just choke them out. Mouse, a little stealthier, you jump down, descending onto the guards, pulling out the monofilament wire, and with a swipe, you immediately sever the jugulars of 2 of the guards in one strike, similar to chokes. You then wheel around, or I think just kind of like loop the cord behind you and fall out of the cart, wrapping around the neck. You hear a kind of a snap, followed by a thunk as the head of the guard tumbles off the other side of the cart behind you. However, as the wires retracting, you hit the ground, slip on the now slick, smooth concrete surface, and the wire sort of retracts. I don't think I want to deal 4 harm to you for your, because your
Sure.
cord does do 4 harm, but I assume that's adding some additional things onto it.
Sure.
What is the base damage for the monofilament wire? Is that just 4 for the monofilament wire?
It's just 4.
Jeez. Okay. I'm gonna say 2 harm because there's no intent behind it. You're not trying to hurt yourself. It's more of like an accident.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say you take 2
Okay.
harm
All
as
right.
it
So,
slashes.
can you help me with this? How do I do? So do I go to 15 to 18?
It's the number of ticks on the clock, so you would
yeah.
just go up 2 dots.
So I'm got
Go to
1800.
18.
Yeah, 1800.
Okay,
Unless you have
cool,
any
cool.
armor.
I have no idea. I don't think so. I'm sure I would have seen it. I have a stealth suit. I'm wearing North Face. I'm not
Yeah. Oh, North Face. Wait, that's 3 armor. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. Well,
No,
ding, 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 ding.
No. Okay. Yeah. You say
Only
you.
versus cold damage.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. So you take 2 harm. However, not a sound is made during this exchange, and you have.
Do Klaxon and Impulse just turn around and they're all just dead?
Pretty much.
I'm just gonna walk over to Mouse and just like pick him up by his scruff, his jacket, set him on his feet. Sloppy.
Oh, baby. Oh. Again, please.
You're getting sloppy.
I thought you liked it like that. Also, I'm bleeding.
I got it.
Just wonder what you want to do about it.
I'll patch him up.
Also, I'm dying. Excuse me.
Also, help!
Also, call an ambulance.
The arm is just laying on the ground.
No, we talked about this last time. There is a first aid move that I
Yeah.
don't think I have in the.
There's also a harm
Thing.
move.
There is a. Oh wait, yeah. I need you to make your
that's
harm
right.
move.
Sorry.
Yeah. Mouse,
Did you remember?
roll
low.
Harm?
plus the harm you suffered. Yeah.
So roll +2. All right. 10.
Ooh, that's bad.
That's
Now bad for this one.
Yeah.
harm is golf rules.
All right, so you get to choose one from the list, which is you're out of action, unconscious, trapped, incoherent, or panicked. You take the full harm of the attack before it's reduced by armor. If you already took the full harm of the attack, you take +1. Lose the use of a piece of cyberware until you can get it repaired, or lose a
Negative.
body part. Arm,
Kind of like
leg,
the
eye.
idea of I like the idea of losing a body part, but I'm just gonna take an additional harm
Okay, that's
and
fine.
get a 2100 hours.
Okay.
Your arm's off.
No, it isn't.
It's all about my. It's like, see, I'm bleeding right here, and I touch it, and I open it more. I'm like, oh god, oh no.
Stop. I just like grab his arms, like hold it
Oh,
up.
they told me not to touch it, but I touched it, and it's bleeding all over the place.
Now he's at 2100, so I
Uh-huh.
have to use the trauma patches.
I think that's what we decided.
Yeah,
I need to look
think
up the hard
that
move.
his
The first aid move.
because my trauma patches specifically call that out.
Yeah.
It's for apply first aid. It's if their harm clock is at 2100 or less.
Oh, so you don't need to because he's at 2100.
If you roll a 10.
Okay.
Oh, it's
Also-
apply first aid. That's why I'm looking for it. Yeah.
That messed me up too.
Also, as part of my ingress or part of this attack right here, using my cat burglar feature, can I have collected a bracket gear, like something from either
Yeah.
the hovercrafts or from the personage of the Aegis?
Yeah. You have a gear. We'll decide what that is when you need it.
And is it cool for first aid?
Yes, it is roll plus cool.
I really need to know the result of this roll, and I also need to go to the bathroom. So this is high stakes role playing right here. Method acting right now.
Yep.
11!
Hey!
I am a good medic. Woo.
Beautiful.
So you can reduce
Best
your
medic.
harm 2 segments.
Oh wow, 1500. Ouch.
Got a can of Skin Whiz right here.
Gosh, I'll be
Like
back
squeeze
home in
cheese.
time before Batman plays on the WB, which isn't Batman the animated series. Why are
There's
my
a-
references from 1996?
I don't know.
That's it.
Don't know.
There's a
'Cause everything
I-
is cyclical.
gonna
Everything
say-
is cyclical.
And
Because
Batman
it-
was good.
because it
Okay.
takes some time for you to do the first aid as you guys are kind of collecting yourselves here, deciding what you're going to do.
Yeah, can I be just like throwing bodies in the van?
Just
Okay.
clean up.
Yeah, you
Clean
should
up
start throwing
Why
bodies in the van. There is a one of the bodies that you do hear their communicator going off, and you hear a voice on the other side just saying, "Squad 3, port in.
I think.
What's the status on that repair?
I just put it out to one of the others.
Squad 3."
Yeah, still waiting on it. Bit of a leak. A lot of cleanup.
Who's this?
Does someone have a name tag? Can I look for a name tag?
Look for like an ID badge
Yes.
Yeah, there's ooh, do I want to make you act
of a
under
woman.
pressure?
Yes, of a woman.
Sure. Yeah, I'm not gonna make you roll to find a name tag. You do. There's
Newton.
Newton. It's Newton.
You
go,
made me think about Big Newton the other day.
go ahead and roll.
That's why I'm
Roll
laughing.
fast talk again.
That's exactly where that came from.
The next thing
This
I'm
is you
doing
going,
is
"I have Big
bumping my style because I'm scared.
You're the only one that's got any.
I know. A 7.
All right.
Close.
So on a 7. Oh. Newton. Right. Sorry, I thought I had Davis's comm. What's you said they're still working on it.
Yep, pretty wet over here.
All right. Well, give us an update. This shouldn't take too long.
You got it.
All right. I am gonna up the action clock. That partial success.
These are all my fault. I'm really sorry. All my
needs-
personal successes. This has been all my personal successes this evening.
All right. So you have you pile all the bodies in the van and
Better
shut
not me failing it.
all right.
Inside. No.
You head over to the large building and find the main entrance. A set of thick steel doors with a key card access on the right side.
Yeah, I was gonna say we grab either IDs and/or key cards from said dispatched guards.
Okay. You grab the any sort of ID. They do have some IDs, badges that you rip off their uniforms. And
Badges? I'm sorry.
you head over to the console. You scan it. It just goes dee-dee-dee. Scan it, everyone. Dee-dee-dee. Scan it
Will
again.
access.
Doesn't seem to be working.
We've got some
Alright.
gear. We've got some intel. What do we
Is it
think?
is it bio coded? I mean, I would assume that if no one else, Mouse would know if this is something that.
Does anyone have any intel they want to
I'm
spend
sorry.
for this?
do.
I was peeing before we got here. What? So we're at the front door.
They're at the door.
trying to
In the door.
Trying to get in. The cards, the ID cards from the guards do not seem to allow access to the.
Have we
Do we
tried?
have-
Do we know if it's maybe a pull door?
I imagine that Joe walked up to it and tried to pull it, and if that didn't work, tried to push it, and then was like, "Well, that's all I got."
I do have one more intel left, so I
Do we have
guess I
any-
could throw that out there
Do we have
if
any
we need it.
gear?
We have a gear and we have an intel left.
Is that a thing? Like, could we spend gear to have made a copy of like a higher clearance badge or something?
Or just
I mean, I have
have
a
a s-
gear that I pulled off somebody who died.
how this game works.
or have
Yeah,
a
I'm-
splice kit to manually override the
Hello.
door.
Yeah, I will say
Belial's
you
here.
you could.
Belial, I want Belial in this situation personally, but
If you're willing to spend the gear, it can be something that will allow you access, but I won't tell you exactly what that'll be until you spend the gear, because that'll give away some of the mystique of what the
Ooh.
issue is.
Should we do that to get in the door?
Or you can say the
Or-
intel, and I can tell you exactly what the issue is.
let's do the intel. We'll save the
Do the
gear
intel?
for inside.
Okay,
Yeah, we'll do
Okay.
intel.
that's a good idea.
Spend the intel. You go back through your data that you were given from your hacker buddy. The only people that are given access to the facility are the people that are contracted to lease the facility. You would need corporate security clearance from one of the lessers to get in, or be able to hack the data pad. That was the recommendation of the hacker friend, is to just bypass the security using some sort of hacking implement. So you could spend your gear to have something that you could use to hack in. And actually, I don't even think you need to spend the gear, because I think a couple of you have neural interfaces. Yeah. So one of you, if you have
I'm
a
the
neural
only one
interface,
that doesn't.
yeah,
No, not me either.
you could do that.
Hey, Choke. Fuck the internet.
You could spend gear to give yourself a because let me see, there's a
Can the internet do this?
Can I do this?
you could use produce equipment, and I would give you essentially
Can
like
the internet whip myself?
a +1 to be able to
Yes,
to
actually,
actually hacking,
yeah.
because some of you are not good at hacking.
What's your synth there, Klaxon?
Uno.
I'm at 0, so I think it's
Alright.
you.
Yep. All right. Yeah. He jacks the thing in, puts the unit on there, and
Take your +1.
Oh, jeez. That lady's president. All right.
put your
Believe me,
unit
it's
on.
it's nothing I haven't seen before.
Where?
I bet you've seen a lot of things.
Where's the
haven't you?
lady?
Well, you know me.
9.
Or
Not as
you
much as
will.
I'd like to.
Mm-hmm.
I need to change to the matrix. Okay, cool.
I can't wait to be one of your ex contacts.
Me either, darling. Me either.
with the 9, this is getting off the rails. With a 9 for log in, you're in, but choose 1 +1 trace. ICE is activated, an alert is triggered, or your access is restricted. You don't have a hacker. You're not actually using like a hacker's toolkit, so any trace for you is going to be bad.
Yeah.
So, all right, what were my? It was compromised security that we're actually using.
You're using login right now.
Oh, okay.
You'll have to do a separate role for compromised security,
Oh shit. Okay.
which I'll also give you +1 for that. But
Restricted. My brain will be eaten by ice, so I can't take that.
No, don't do that.
Is it worth taking the risk to move the clock forward one?
Yeah,
We've only got 2.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think moving the timetable up makes sense.
all right.
So your brain doesn't melt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or get froze, I guess.
I like my brain. So
We like your brain too.
All right. Action clock
Oh, it's yellow.
progresses one more. And we're gonna need a separate role for compromised security. It's gonna be roll mind. So you get into the system, you're in. It's rough. You know that there's an alert that is going out. You can't stop it. And you know that's kind of accelerating things. You guys need to move quick. You get
Do
into
you have another +1? You said.
I say yeah. You can still use your +1 on this one.
Okay.
I'll say ongoing
and-
for this hack specifically.
And so in Matrix, it looks like Jackson running Indiana Jones style. There's a ball after him, and
Yeah.
I love it.
all right, and
man.
now compromise.
Good juju. Good.
Okay. Oh no, that is wrong. Mind. Go mind. Oh wait. Yep. There. One forward. I am the worst at the
Not the
forgetting there's a
worst. Not the
second
worst. You're
speed.
doing so great.
Woo!
All right, so you gain 3 hold over the subsystem you've compromised. You can spend a hold to activate a security measure on that subsystem. I assume you want to spend a hold to open the door.
Yep.
All right, you got 2 more hold. You can spend other things as we go. But for right now, you know that there's an alert that's going out. You have a limited amount of time, but the doors slide open, and there is this like chill that comes rushing out from the server house as the doors open.
right.
Okay.
And Rosie is with us, like carrying like the fake equipment that we would need to work on everything,
Mhm.
and then Spider Ball is in my.
I will
Also, did you? Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say you have 2 more hold,
Go ahead,
and don't forget that there are other security systems that are currently
Right.
activated in the facility.
Now, you did say that there are hovercrafts that were flanking on either side.
Yes.
Okay. And these hovercrafts
Hover.
hover. Yes.
Yes.
When you say over pressure plates?
Oh, Sean, did you fuck
No.
up?
They're actually the strange under hover. They actually go under the plates. No, they would
You mean
go.
a hovercraft.
They would go over the plates. Damn it!
What did you?
Will they fit through?
When
the
I
door?
created future golf carts, I didn't think they'd be used against me so quickly.
Immediately.
They fit in the door though.
Get in, losers.
Yeah, it's a
Give your
big hallway.
players a warehouse.
Yeah.
I will say, they will
I will.
fit.
I will trim down the excess on the either sides with my whip, risking life and limb if they need to fit down the hallway. No.
His arm.
Yeah, and Chad did bring up that I could talk about pressure differentials and saying that you guys have to like it causes downforce stuff.
That
But I think
sounds
this
boring.
is more fun anyway, and you guys are thinking creatively. I like it. You're thinking outside the box.
maybe,
So,
I'll speak to you after class.
Chat's in trouble.
How dare you?
How dare? How dare?
yeah, they'll fit
Get
down
in,
the
losers.
halls.
We're going hovering.
You don't know if they'll actually fit into the server room, to like the specific like server bank rooms like themselves, but at least get you down the main hall. You still
Then
have
I can shoot the bank through the door.
visual security feeds, and somewhere in this facility there are turret drones.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna
we've
say. Is that
gotta
what we
get
wanna,
changed.
Is that what we want?
We need to change into the security guards shit. That way we're in a security vehicle with security guard shit on.
But then they're gonna call us and see us. How about I just
Well,
spend
they-
those other 2 and try to shut down those?
True. They've already talked to Impulse, so
Yep.
it's not that bad.
I apparently sound enough like some Newsome or whatever.
Because you guys know this, I'll remind you too, everything inside the facility is fully automated. There's no one to talk to. Nobody's supposed to be in the facility, even security.
Let's just go. Let's just go.
I mean, if you want to use a hold to shut down like the turrets, maybe that'd be a good idea.
What? Use
The
a what?
ceiling turrets. Use a hold. GB's got 2 more hold.
Yeah.
What?
GB.
Claxon.
Claxon has 2
DB?
more hold.
We've lost
Listen,
him.
listen, lady. Listen,
He's
lady.
too far in character.
I'm
Talk,
method,
is
baby.
Ryan?
Yeah.
Can we talk to Ryan?
Be there.
I need
Come
to
on,
talk to
Ryan.
Ryan.
Ryan, back to us, Ryan. Huh?
Where'd you go there, bud? You okay?
Listen, this is one of those sessions I'm so glad I didn't actually plan anything for it. It was just like, you guys will just do what. You guys will do something.
This is the LB missing from, the
From Slide.
See what happens when you're not here, Morgan?
Yeah.
Where am
Morgan,
I?
this is your fault. Okay, so using your hold to shut down the turrets, but not the security cameras.
Yeah, see, that's the.
Or both?
You have 2 hold. You could do both.
Yeah.
Porque
Yeah.
no los dos, mi amigo.
I don't know what else they're gonna use it
There are
for.
basically 3 issues that you have inside: pressure plates, cameras, turrets,
Well, we solved pressure plates.
Hovercraft,
and you have 2
All
hold.
right.
You solved
do
one
it.
of them.
security,
Yeah.
and turrets.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, I'm willing to spend the gear I procured to do the hovercraft thing. I think that makes sense, by the way.
We don't
Okay.
need it.
Well, yeah.
Like, I feel like that makes narrative sense because I like the thing I did got me that gear. We're using a thing that we found.
Sure.
To me,
Yeah.
I'm gonna clear it out.
I'm good with that.
Woo,
What are you rolling
that's
for?
the line. To shut down the cameras.
Oh, you don't have to roll. You just spend the hold.
You already have your hold.
Yeah,
Okay.
you already have the hold. You're good. So before you jack out, you you shut down both of those systems.
Why is it called that?
I don't know. and
Because there are worse prepositions, Savannah. They're worse.
Anyway, the worst propositions. That's all I'm saying.
Oh.
All right. So again, like the riddle,
Do you want me to list them?
the
I
dog
don't think
and
you
the
do.
the chicken go across first, and then you guys come back, and then the cat. I don't remember which animals were in this bit, but they
Right.
go across together. All right. So you guys all load into one of the security golf carts, the hover golf carts, and go hovering down the passageway. You see signs. There are like the kind of hospital coded like pathways on the ground that indicate like alpha, beta, gamma, delta, and you guys go towards the server room delta. As you round one of the corners, you do see mounted in the ceiling a big fuck all like chrome plated like Gatling turret drone that is just sort of flaccidly hanging there.
You fucking asshole.
He's totally jacked out. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Jacked out. And then that's,
You guys put me in this mindset.
I'm sorry.
What am I gonna do?
I was, and the
I'm
cool-
fucking thinking that. Never mind.
And
don't
I
know.
wrote an essay about how I didn't want to offend anyone in this game.
Uh-huh.
And it's all gone.
You
Yeah.
had no worries, GB. You're fine.
I guess not.
Yeah. So you do arrive outside of the there's a set of like everything, all the walls here are like transparent, like glass, and you can see the server bank delta as you're coming up on it, and there's a set of sliding doors that lead into it. You're not gonna be able to get the cart in there, so you have essentially an opening, the server room. What are you gonna do?
Oh, this sounds like a job for parkour.
It does. How are you guys destroying the server bank, or is there anything you want to do before you destroy it?
I have an idea.
Wait, are we destroying this?
That's
Yes.
the idea.
Dude, why didn't we just ruin the coolant?
Well, you
Wait,
didn't want
I
to
thought we were retrieving databanks.
No,
No,
we're
no.
destroying
We
a
Just
particular.
a specific
Yes.
one.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
one specific.
Because if we
Without-
destroyed everything,
yeah.
we would piss off
Without
everyone.
fucking up everybody else's shit.
That's
I have
true.
an
Okay,
idea.
Okay. Sorry. I'm with you all. I'm with you all now.
He's here.
We are one.
I skimmed the notes, but I'm here with you. All right. Yes.
I have 2 assault rifles. Is all I'm saying.
And
That's
and-
the idea.
Claxon will look back at Rosie, and one of his trodes flashes, and Rosie's rotund carapace slides open, and an autocannon lowers.
Yes.
Also-
How are we getting back out of
Also,
here?
can I say something? And there's no way this is gonna come out great, but I really want to excite that flaccid cannon, and I want to, if we have any at the head of the guard that was severed, I would love to throw it out towards the server on a pressure plate, and maybe that cannon will go.
We'd had to turn it back on, and that concerns me.
It's fair.
I really like the idea, though. That would have been fun.
Yeah. I just don't also want to get shot by the cannon.
True.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, I'm just trying to make poetry happen right here.
I have so many guns.
I
Your
know
enthusiasm
you got
Very
guns.
much
It's like-
appreciated. Mouse. Just put the enthusiasm in other places.
Oh, you got some
Afterwards.
ideas?
And we'll
Oh,
be
some
fine.
ideas
Okay.
afterwards? Way to put that enthusiasm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
And
let's take care of this.
Choke
I would
begins
like to-
firing.
Is the door open?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stand up and just kind of plant a big booted foot on the front of the hover cart and just pull off of my back the 2 assault rifles that I have now instead of just 1, and just Scarface just unload into the room.
All right. You unload into the room. Again, there's no roll for shooting a bunch of inanimate objects in this game. You just do it.
But it's cool.
And I assume you said Rosie also
Roll
auto
for just do it.
But I'm letting Choke do her thing. Rosie just puts the gun back up and closes up. But
I only
Okay.
got to do 1 hit today.
As you unload, and it just
One hit, 3 murders.
glass
One hit, 3
shattering,
murders.
That's like a slow day for me.
sparks
Yeah,
and
that's
plastic
sorry for you, sweetheart.
flying.
I know.
Yeah,
No.
We just
the-
got to do more jobs together.
you got something
I
like
promise
that.
There'll be more.
the server room is destroyed. The server bank delta is just completely obliterated, entirely.
I'm gonna swing the straps over, throw them back on my back. Done.
Well, there you go.
That was actually the easiest part of all of this. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Have so many guns.
Right. We gotta let you run it out a little more often.
There's a lot of words I use to describe Chuck, but not a single one of them I'd say easy.
So let's get back to the van. Yeah? Yeah.
I would have. I think too. Whoever grabbed the hover golf cart in the beginning, brought it up to the door while I was doing the hacking, and then Claxon just stood by the driver thing, just stood there and waited until they moved, because there's no way he's letting anyone else drive. He just stand. Yes.
So Klaxon,
All right, you gotta be
outside
it.
of there.
All right, gotta be a big boy. Gotta have your hands on the wheel. Okay, all right, that's fine.
The only thing I control. I got one job in this ship.
Hey, I'm
It's
not
stupid,
gonna-
but I'm gonna do it, okay?
I would never take that away from you. You are a tremendous man. I see. I can see that. Just being around you inspires me to do
Is he always like this?
the worst things.
And we drive away.
All right. you drive back. You getting in your getting back to the van. You leave the building. You're back at the van again. You hear a lot of commotion throughout the facility, and as soon as you leave the building, you hear this very low droning noise as an alarm sounds. As it seems your presence has been fully noted at this point.
As we're leaving, I am gonna dump the bodies back out. I just didn't want them all laying there while we were inside.
Sure.
I don't want to take them though.
Sure.
Kind of.
Kick them back out.
I'd like to take at least one of their uniforms, though.
Okay.
Good call.
Just to have.
Mouse did not think that part through, so I do that. But yes.
On it.
All right. You
Let's
go driving
Satisfied.
off. I would like an act under pressure roll from Klaxon to avoid being detected as you are making a break for it.
You got this, Klaxon. You got this.
Mouse just kind of extends some knuckles towards Choke.
Yeah.
Yes.
What'd I get?
A 10.
Nice.
10. Nice. So with a 10, again, I keep saying it. Nike just needs to sponsor us for this. You just do it. So you kind of going a circuitous route through the facility. You see a handful more of these hover carts come through with guards on them, and then one like larger tank looking thing, almost like a drop ship for the for Aegis, and you see the big security letters on the side, Aegis like in white on this black sheet of metal, and just whoosh, passes out of sight. You very in a very like what am I thinking of? The Drive. This is the movie I'm thinking of. The very slow kind of chase scene, like not really gunning it, trying to keep a low profile until you reach near the security gate, and then you just blast straight out the gate, blowing the arms off of the metal bars off the gate, and then driving out into the sprawl once again, and you are out. Nobody seems to be tailing you. You seem to have made a clean getaway.
Flip the signs. Switch to Sewer Sam's or something else. And as we did the Star Destroyer blockade runner move, it was all that Klaxon could do not to like hit the pod and have the autocannon pop up on the hover tank and just shred the thing.
Yeah. So you guys are out cruising back to the workshop, and you have completed the third part of your mission. When you destroy the databank, mark experience. So you guys get experience for that.
Woot.
Quote indeed.
I have 10.
Yeah, I passed the 10 mark too.
I've got 2.
We did it.
Hey.
All right.
Donuts, shawarma. What are we? How are we celebrating? Waffle House.
I'm starving.
God damn it. You were talking about those noodles, and now I really want ramen.
Oh, you want some soda? Yum, yum, yum.
It's got to be a real ramen place somewhere. I am not eating that garbage.
The real
we had
thing.
our hacker to look it up online.
Absolutely not eating that garbage.
I know a place.
Okay. What's the place?
I did a review on it maybe like 6 months ago. I need a good ramen place name.
Big noodles.
I was thinking a ramen restaurant / sports bar, and it's called
Okay.
Ramen.
You win tonight, Sean. You really do.
So
Ryan?
Don't
Basically-
look at
Ryan?
Please.
I have to
That's
the chat. That's
Nope.
That's
That
the-
one's just
That
for
is the
us.
line. That's the line. That's
That one's just for
no,
us.
That's
no, that's
That
one
was
just
just
for
for
us. That absolutely is not stream worthy.
No, it's not.
If
Raw
you
Raw
want
Ramen,
to hear the
however,
joke,
that's
though,
the
Raw
one.
ramen.
but there's a different part of club there.
Yeah.
So that's
join us
this
for
and
Neon
the-
Souls After Dark, where we get into
Exactly.
the
For
real
subscribers
heavy
only.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh.
subscribers only. Okay. So you go to, are we good with Raw Raw Ramen? The
Yes, I love
combination,
it.
the combo,
Yeah,
like
that was better
Hooters
than
slash ramen restaurant. Okay, yeah, you.
When you come in, instead of like a stupid hat or something, they give you 2 tiny little pom-poms.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
great.
Joke hates it. But the food's really good.
But the food's
It's
really good.
one of those really peppy servers comes up. And it's like, so what are we celebrating here tonight, huh? Someone's birthday?
It's payday.
Right, right. Okay, well, I'll get your orders out right away.
Thank you, Kelsey with a Z.
It's
That's actually
at the
it's
front.
Kelsey with a Z on her name tag.
It's her full name.
Z-E-L-S-I-E.
Kelsey with a Z.
Any fucker says it's my birthday. I feel like that's probably something they've done before.
Yeah.
It's always Choke's birthday.
Always someone's birthday somewhere.
There's definitely been a carrot cake with a candle in it that showed up on the table. It's like, ooh, bro.
All right. So you guys have completed the terms of this job. Y'all want to get paid?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
I guess so.
We get to roll +5.
Yeah, you guys are roll plus 5.
Yes.
Which
yes,
is insane.
Yes.
Wait,
Who
what?
wants? So this is what happens at the end of the mission when you guys have completed the terms of your job. To get paid, when you go to meet your employer and get paid, roll and add the number of the unfilled segments on the legwork clock.
So we did really good.
Oh,
Yeah.
madang dang.
The less noise you create during the legwork part of your mission, the better chances you have of things going well when you get
I'll
paid
do
by your
it.
employer.
You wanna do
I'll roll it on a 0 and I'll add +5. Okay.
The less noise you make beforehand, the more noise you get to make afterwards.
Yeah.
Love it.
13.
All right, you get to choose 3 from the
Yes.
list below. The list includes you are not set up, or it's not set up or an ambush. You get paid in full. The meeting doesn't attract the attention of outside parties. The employer is identifiable. You learned something from the mission, and everyone marks experience.
I mean,
Gotta get paid in full.
yeah, we're getting paid in full.
Money.
It's not a setup. And
One of these days, I want you guys to let me make it a setup, but okay.
Not this
now, doesn't attract attention. That seem fair?
Works for me.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and doesn't attract attention.
all right.
It's the
You
exact same thing we did last time.
Yeah, it is the same thing you did last time because you guys rolled really well last time too. So you don't actually meet up with your employer. Again, you contact them through the same process that you did previously. A big like text window. You report in, let them know the job is done, and you get back from this screen name Omega. It just says confirmed. Payment arriving now, and all of you get your notifications at the same time of the credits having gone through. I think all of you wagered
6.
2, so you all get 6 cred for this mission.
Dang, Gina.
We'll include Mouse in that too.
Thanks,
Oh, we're
buddy.
gonna pay him.
Yeah.
Thanks,
I will.
buddy.
I'm saying I'm not going to make you guys actually spend your own cred to pay Mouse. So
Aw, you're such a sweetie pie.
I have 9.
Thanks. You have 9?
So when we get paid, how much experience do we get after the mission is totally complete?
so after the mission is fully complete, you mark 2.
Sweet.
So Did I? So I started out with 5. Did I like spend 2 with everyone else? And so
Yeah,
now
we
I'm
could say
at
that. So
whatever,
yeah, you'd be at 9.
9 as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
You mark 2 experience at the end of the mission. If you want the mission to be over. However, I would like to just posit one scene that may make you change your mind.
Oh, baby.
As you get paid, yes, Morgan, you do get your cred. She just asked in the chat.
You helped.
You did
We
help.
love you, Morgan.
We love you,
Thank
Morgan.
you.
We miss you.
Morgan, I don't know you, but I'm not sure about love yet. But I like you.
Good.
I like you.
You will.
What a
The
reasonable thing to say
Right.
for the
Thank
first
you.
time tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm gonna change the music
Alright.
here for a second. That evening, after you get paid, the screen goes dark. You all take some time to separate. Impulse. After, as with most times, most evenings, you go scanning the social media, news broadcasts, looking for stories, looking for a scoop, looking for an angle, and you find one. Report on the vandalization and destruction of a server bank in the South Bay Arcology. Of course, it catches your attention as you're the one responsible for it. As you open up the article, though, a few things catch your eye that you weren't expecting. A lot of news sources are reporting on this. For something that didn't seem like such a high-profile mission, you're sort of taken aback by how many articles you see about the destruction of this the server bank. And you quickly find that there are a lot of articles that are connecting this with another high-profile news story that has been making the rounds in the sprawl. A murder investigation of one Gerald Oliva. The circumstances of the murder are still kept under wraps by the San Angeles PD, and the only bit of information that has been made aware to the press is that the police were in the process of obtaining the warrants that they would need to gain some crucial information to their case that was being housed within Server Bank Delta in the South Bay Arcology. The results of which, now that this information, this data can't be attributed, or can't be acquired, the investigation has hit a bit of a roadblock, and the police are now searching for the culprits of this attack in hopes of gaining new light in this investigation.
Shit. Oliva, you said?
Gerald Oliva, Oliva.
I hate a loose end. All right.
You looking for a tight end?
What? Where the hell did you come from?
I don't know. I will meet myself again. Goodbye.
I mean, it makes sense that he would just sort of pop out of nowhere. I mean, like, that's just literally what he does.
And he didn't actually leave. He just stealth suited up against the wall. But you don't see
I have no
him.
idea.
Still here somewhere.
Freaked out. I'm assuming we have some sort of manual fire alarm, and since Clarity's not
Clarity's not here to
actually
pull it.
here to pull, I'll just pull the manual one.
Okay. Fire alarm goes off in the building for the 3rd time this week.
Son of a bitch! She's not even here!
Bang! Oh, God. Oh. I thought she was in Latveria.
Oh, baby, if you're
Batman.
hot, you're hot. You don't need to use that thing.
Stick around. We'll discuss this later, but we've got one more thing to do, and so I'll go to the closet. I guess that's the meeting point, is the closet. We miss you, Morgan.
Come back.
Alright. Come
What?
back and sub me out, I guess.
What the fuck?
Sub out this maniac out.
No.
What the fuck?
We might have a bit of a problem.
The building is not that big.
I don't know where you go.
It's
Anyway.
anyway.
So, hey, you know what? We've got some business to take care of, okay? Like, you can yell at me later. Apparently, that server bank kind of had info on a murder case, like a big-time murder case, and now that it's blown, the police have nothing, and so they're gonna be looking for whoever did it. Like, really strongly.
Well, they don't have our faces. Klaxon turned off the cameras.
Also, I'm a little pissed. Do I have any info about, like, this particular murder case from what I was reading about?
You could do some research on that if you want. But basically, you know that the Gerald Oliva is a developer for Catechism, and they were murdered sometime last week.
Well, I joke, darling, you probably should get rid of those guns and replace them with something, just so they can't trace any bullets or casings back to you.
No. Do you think I'm using traceable guns?
I'm sorry, I'm unaware what century we're in.
So what I'm gonna go ahead and let you
Century in
guys-
which
Oh, we're
you
into.
don't respect me.
Correct. Like we're in 2200s where there's untraceable guns. Of course. I'm an idiot. I'm sorry.
So what I'm going to offer you guys can obviously, you don't have to pursue any of this. You can walk away from it. Some of the corporate clocks may be adjusting, depending on what you guys decide to do. But you can gain your 2 experience and end the mission here. There's also, I'm going to tell you the terms of part 2 of this mission. Now that has been revealed to you. So when you discover the cover-up, you mark experience. So you all get an experience for that.
Wait. Thanks, buddy.
Second part is when you find Omega, mark experience.
Did we meet Omega?
You've spoken with Omega.
Oh, cool. Thanks, buddy.
You don't get experience for that yet. You have to actually find them and identify them. But when you find
Just
Omega,
kidding, buddy. I'll
mark
thank you later.
when you detain or eliminate Omega, mark experience.
Okay.
And then same thing. When the mission ends, whether you choose to do this or not, you'll get 2 experience. But that, you guys, we got a few more minutes. You guys can talk about what you want to do and decide now if you want.
So, why do I give a shit?
Well, one, it could most certainly come to bite us in the ass later. And 2, I don't mind if it's a bunch of, inter-corporation bullshit. I mean, I'll play them against each other all goddamn day. Call it a hunch. This seems gross, and I don't like that I participated in it, so I'd like to fix it if I can. What? Sometimes I have a conscience, okay?
No, I like it. It's cute.
So
Get
why
it.
do I give a shit? I don't know this guy.
Well, I don't either. And he worked for Catechism, so I mean, most of the time I just say fuck you. But again,
Well, nobody knows him anymore.
True.
I just want to know why. I guess.
The guy in the north with the stealth suit. Yeah.
This is a question for Sean, actually.
Oh yeah.
Catechism's relationship with ideas. Do I have any motivation for wanting to shut them down? Are they competitors with ideas in any way, shape, or form?
I mean, every corporation's a competitor with another corporation. In this, everybody wants the stuff that they have. As far as like direct competition,
Catechism does do
yeah,
entertainment.
I'd say Idis and Catechism have the most direct competition. They kind of have the same portions of the same market. So
I've probably been involved in hostile takeovers with them in particular in the past, maybe.
probably, yeah.
Okay. All right. Sorry. Yeah. With that context.
Also, with our directives, basically, I have vengeful when I harm Aegeus or their interests mark experience.
Oh,
I didn't personally do it, but
you helped
a
with that.
team-
Yeah.
Oh, you help, sweetheart.
Aw, thanks.
You distracted those boys and girls, I'm sure. We got a lot of them. I didn't
There were
check
6.
under the hood.
Look,
Slice
Impulse.
first.
I get that you feel bad. Does this not seem way above our pay grade?
Maybe.
What?
That's also kind of why I want to know.
I mean,
Yeah,
it
why-
could have been a. I mean, he could be a fucker. Like, maybe it's good he's dead.
Let me look into it. And if it seems super sketchy, we take a peek at whoever the fuck hired us. Come on. You know, I
Yeah,
like to
look.
take a peek. I'll just
Oh,
look. I'll just look
trust
a little
me.
bit.
A shower here.
Stop now. Come on.
Fine. If I get shot, coming to you.
Fine. I'll
I-
look into things. Mouse, come help me look into things.
Anytime.
No, go to my apartment. I'm gonna take Mouse with me.
All right. We will. I think we'll leave that investigation to happen in the between session in the dark space.
Dark space.
And we
In the
will.
future black
Do I roll for meat? I don't know.
I don't know.
Hey, thanks for watching, everybody.
Are you cool? Do you have style? I mean,
That's
there's
the
options here.
end of our session
And we're
and
done. This
the
has
game.
been
Actually,
an incredible campaign. Thank you for watching
this was
the finale.
this was our backdoor finale.
Neon
for-
Soul. Don't. Why would you say that?
Oh, my head hurts from laughing.
This video is actually gonna get removed.
Yeah,
Probably. Probably.
if this one makes it through the censors, I will be shocked.
Well, look, if they watch all 3 hours, good on them. It should be removed from the internet.
And
All
that's
right.
how we make it big.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, you, like,
so
I'm not gonna pounce on that. We're just
Before-
gonna let that go.
We will just let that go.
Yeah, we're letting
Oh,
it go.
Lord.
You and me, Claxon. We got it. Yeah.
All
Oh Jesus.
let's before we wrap up, let's go ahead and do the links. Pulling that up. So at the end of a mission, which we're doing at the end of every session, each player chooses another character who, as a result of the mission, has a better idea about how your character operates. Explain if you feel like you need to, and that character increases their links with you by 1. We can include Mouse in this too, and you guys can give Mouse links if you feel like that would be appropriate for the situation. And
I don't really have a link yet, but maybe I do have a link. Well,
yeah, so
maybe I do have a link now.
let's start with Claxon first. And Claxon, do you feel like there's anyone that knows you better?
I think Claxon was kind of just in the background this whole time. I don't think that
Not in my eyes, baby.
Oh,
Not in my eyes.
thank you. There, I guess Mouse knows Claxon better.
I mean, that's fair. I don't know if there was anything that you would have done out of the ordinary for Cholk and Impulse, but Mouse was new to the team, got to
For sure.
know you a little better. Yeah, that works. So
Yeah.
Mouse gains a link with Claxon.
Okay. Is there a place to do it on the sheet?
There is yes. I don't know where.
There is. Okay.
It is on the left-hand side of the sheet.
Oh, okay.
underneath
That's
moves.
what people. For some reason I thought that was like actual URL links. Okay.
That's what people.
Okay. So Klaxon.
I also admit I was confused when I saw that on the sheet the first time. I was like,
because there's other places where it said like add
Yes.
link,
Exactly, URL link.
but it's like image URL. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
okay. Well, no, we'll do Choke next. Go Choke.
Add a link, baby. You know you want to.
I'm thinking about it. But I think I'm also going to say Mouse.
Okay. That's fair. Impulse.
Come on, now, Impulse. Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
You're the worst. You're the absolute worst.
I am the worst.
I thought I knew the worst. You are the worst.
No.
And I mean that with all the love and respect I can muster.
I mean, fade out scene if nothing else.
It's true. Sure, why not? We'll give you the full full spectrum.
Monty.
Go for
Yeah.
it.
Oh my! I'm honored. I'm truly honored.
so
I'm
Mouse-
truly honored. Blessed.
Who do you
Truly.
feel in the group got to know how your character operates? The best?
Impulse. 100% impulse.
Okay, so Impulse, you can add one link with us then. Cool. And nobody rolled over to 4, so we don't have anything to do there. Yeah, I think that's it. So mission's still ongoing, as far as we know, unless anything changes for next week. I'll have some other things ready just in case. You also have some side missions to run for Scooter, for
I didn't have Scooter in this episode.
I want that gun. We have
Yeah.
to do that.
do
I
that.
want my armored coat.
Yep. So for Scooter, for Phoebus, now has a little side quest,
Uh-huh.
and Renata also with that repo job. So
How do we fake a death?
yeah, I think probably what I'm gearing up for is either
That's
you
the
guys
next Elizabeth Gilbert novel right there.
continue to pursue this mission and cover that if you do that, or new stuff. I won't have like a new mission for you next time, so that you guys can kind of clear out your
Side quest time.
logs a bit. All right. Well, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you, Ryan, for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely. Cheers.
That was a lot of fun. Mouse was a lot hornier than I expected.
100%. Me too, buddy. Me too, buddy.
You mean you, Ryan, or you
Ryan,
unexpected?
Ryan.
Oh.
Like Ryan, I did not expect Mouse was gonna be that
that
eager.
was
Yeah.
that was really funny.
We have that effect on people.
You know.
Right.
This
Yeah.
crew, yeah, definitely. So yeah, we'll be back next Friday, and we should have Morgan back at that point. So Clarity will be joining us back from Latvia, Lithuania, wherever.
Mr. Convenience down the street.
Yeah,
It's just a Latvian rrestaurant
yeah.
There you go.
eating at for 2 days.
It's just a
And,
Long John Silver's, really.
and yeah, join us tomorrow for the next session of Saturday Night's Apocalypse. It's at 3 o'clock Eastern time. I'll be running that. Savannah will be there. Should be some fun, getting to some weird stuff. And then the rest of our schedule is as normal. You can check that out pinned below. And yeah, join us for all of our stuff throughout the week. We got streams every day except for Monday and Wednesday. So cool. Anyone have anything they want to plug or talk about before we call it?
Oh, I already did that. I'm good.
I'll plug my new shows that are coming up. They're not here, but on Friday, a week from today, my new Apocalypse World campaign starts. It's on twitch.tv/encounterroleplay. Fridays at 3 p.m. Eastern time, so you can watch that, and then you can come watch this. I'll be in both of them.
Me too.
GB2, it's gonna be really fun. It's called Diesel Punks, and it's a Diesel Punk Apocalypse World game, and it's gonna be really fun. If you like Fallout, if you like BioShock, if you like Borderlands, show up because it's gonna be like that. And then starting on Monday, August 10th, Monday nights for 16 weeks at 8 p.m. I'll be on twitch.tv/koboldpress, playing in D&D. Doing their new deep magic supplement. It's gonna be really cool. If you haven't bought that, also you should buy it. It's legit. There's a whole bunch
Okay,
of stuff.
literally, I have not heard of it, and this is not a bit. I don't know anything about this. Can you tell me about it? Because I do like Cobalt Press with a tome of was it
Tome of
foes? Not foams.
Tome of
Not
Beasts?
foes,
No.
right?
Tome of Foes.
Tome of Beast. Was it Tome of Beasts?
It's a
something.
new.
But that was great. So tell me about this next thing. This is not a bit. I'm just really interested in this. Deep
So
magic.
it's Deep Magics. It's a supplement that they have out that they're trying to promote. We're gonna play it. It's a shit ton of new spells and several new magic subclasses, arcane traditions. There's a cleric domain in there. It's rune magic and ring magic and hieroglyph magic and just a ton of stuff. It's specifically built for magic heavy D&D 5e campaigns. So if you're into that, check it out. You can get it from them, and we're gonna be playing with it.
No bullshit. I will get that
It's gonna be awesome.
tonight. Probably.
It's a really good book.
No
It
bullshit.
sounds really cool.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
I'm-
Awesome.
go
I'm
support
very
them,
much-
Cobalt Press, and we're gonna be streaming it. So it's gonna be really cool.
I'm very much looking forward to stealing some of that for Saturdays. Yeah.
Buy shit from Cobalt Press. It's good.
Yeah,
They're very good
the
stuff.
shit
Yeah.
from Cobalt Press is good. Again, not bullshit. I
Ryan is buying
Like
it
it.
right now.
That's what it looks like.
You
We
could
aren't
be like-
sponsored
looking
by
at it.
them,
No.
but we could be. No. Yeah.
But I'm gonna be on their channel.
I'm looking at it.
So
right now.
it's gonna be
Look
cool.
at the
There's a
pricing.
little bit of setting stuff in there. There's a ton of spells and subclasses and arcane traditions and patrons and domains and all kinds of shit. So if you like magic and you like D&D, come hang out with us. That's Monday, August 10th. We're gonna start that.
Awesome.
If you like helping keep track of our Good Society game, the wiki is active. It's ready to go. Thank you, Alex. OMG, it's some guy, one of the players, was very active on this channel.
For being a big nerd.
Big old nerd putting this all together. Thank you so much. I tried, and then Alex went, "Why don't you just put that down and I'll take care of it?" And I said, "Okay, thank you. I really appreciate it." But it's ready to go. It is elegant-suffering.fandom.com/wiki. Check it out and help us keep track of the infinite amount of information
It's
involved.
Best note taker in the game.
Yep.
It's
OMG
the
is some guy.
only
We should
game
really be paying him.
on this channel that competes with this one for sheer horniness on a week-to-week basis.
If you
If
need
you
a
like
guest
it.
spot,
If
I'm
you
yeah.
like a
apparently I like to play horny characters. I was not aware of this. But
Should Ryan come on as Colonel
I would-
Angus?
Oh
Throw it out
boy.
there.
Oh boy, Ryan, do you want to romance me every other Thursday?
yes, yes,
'Cause-
Sean, don't threaten me with a good time.
All right, I gotta wrap this thing. I gotta put a bow on this. So
Okay.
thank you everyone for watching. We will see you throughout the week. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time. And until then, good game and good night, Internet.